What did they ask?
If the class is starting.
Right now?
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Start by reading. Go ahead.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. قال المؤلف رحمه الله بين يوسف وإخوته فكلمهم يوسف وقال لهم من أين أنتم؟ قالوا من كنعان. قال من أبوكم؟ قالوا يعقوب بن إسحاق
يعقوب بن
إسحاق بن إبراهيم. قال هل لكم أخ؟
You don't have عليهم الصلاة والسلام?
Oh, I do. Ibrahim عليه السلام.
عليهم الصلاة والسلام, considering that there's three of them, so that's the plural. عليهم الصلاة والسلام.
عليهم الصلاة والسلام. قال هل لكم أخ آخر؟ قالوا نعم لنا أخ اسمه بنيامين. قال لماذا ما جاء معكم؟ قالوا لأن والدنا لا يتركه ولا يحب أن يبعد عنه. قال لأي شيء لتتركه؟ هل هو ولد صغير جدا؟ قالوا لا ولكن كان له أخ اسمه
كان له أخ اسمه
كان له أخ اسمه يوسف. ذهب معنا مرة وذهبنا نستبق وتركنا يوسف عند متاعنا فأكله الذئب. وضحك يوسف في نفسه ولكن لم يقل شيئا. واشتاق يوسف إلى أخيه بنيامين. وأراد الله أن يمتهن يعقوب مرة ثانية فأمر لهم يوسف بالطعام وقال لهم ائتوني بأخ لكم من أبيكم ولا تجدون طعاما إذا لم تأتوا به. وأمر يوسف بمالهم فوضع في متاعهم.
مريم.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. قال المؤلف رحمه الله بين يوسف وإخوته وكلمهم يوسف وقال لهم من أين أنتم؟ قالوا من كنعان. قال من أبوكم؟ قالوا يعقوب بن إسحاق بن إبراهيم عليهم السلام. قال هل لكم أخ آخر؟ قالوا نعم لنا أخ اسمه بنيامين. قال لماذا ما جاء معكم؟ قالوا لأن والدنا لا يتركه ولا يحب أن يبعد عنه. قال لأي شيء لا يتركه؟ هل هو ولد صغير جدا؟ قالوا لا ولكن كان له أخ اسمه يوسف. ذهب معنا مرة وذهبنا نستبق وتركنا يوسف عند متاعنا فأكله الذئب. وضحك يوسف في نفسه ولكن لم يقل شيئا واشتاق يوسف إلى أخيه بنيامين وأراد الله أن يمتحن يعقوب مرة ثانية فأمر لهم يوسف بالطعام وقال لهم ائتوني بأخ لكم من أبيكم ولا تجدون طعاما إذا لم تأتوا به وأمر يوسف بمالهم فوضع في متاعهم.
Then you're up next.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. قال المؤلف رحمه الله بين يوسف وإخوته وكلمهم يوسف وقال لهم من أين أنتم قالوا من كنعان قال من أبوكم قالوا يعقوب بن إسحاق بن إبراهيم عليهما السلام قال هل لكم أخ آخر قالوا نعم لنا أخ اسمه بنيامين قال
So أخ اسمه this is one of the rules of tajweed when you have noon, a sakina or tanween followed by a hamza. So you pronounce the hamza, that's called idhar. نعم لنا أخ اسمه Okay.
نعم لنا أخ اسمه بنيامين قال لماذا ما جاء معكم قالوا لأن والدنا لا تتركه لا يتركه ولا يحب أن يبعد عنه قال لأي شيء لا يتركه هل هو ولد صغير جدا قالوا لا ولكن كان له أخ اسمه يوسف ذهب معنا مرة وذهبنا نستبق وتركنا يوسف عند متاعنا فأكله الذئب وضحك يوسف في نفسه ولكن لم يقل شيئا واشتاق يوسف إلى أخيه بنيامين وأراد الله أن يمتحن يعقوب مرة ثانية فأمر لهم يوسف بالطعام وقال لهم ائتوني بأخ لكم من أبيكم ولا تجدون طعاما إذا لم تأتوا به وأمر يوسف بمالهم فوضع في متاعهم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بين يوسف وإخوته وكلمهم يوسف وقال لهم من أين أنتم قالوا من كنعان قال من أبوكم قالوا
يعقوب بن إسحاق بن إبراهيم عليهم
السلام قال
هل لكم أخ
آخر قالوا نعم لنا أخ اسمه بنيامين قال لماذا ما جاء معكم
والدنا
والدنا لا يتركه ولا يحب أن يبعد عنه. قال لأي شيء لا يتركه؟ هل هو ولد صغير جدا؟ قالوا لا، ولكن كان له أخ اسمه يوسف ذهب معنا مرة وذهبنا نستبق
وتركنا
يوسف عند متاعنا فأكله
الذئب الذئب
وضحك يوسف في نفسه ولكن لم يقل شيئا واشتاق يوسف إلى أخيه بنيامين وأراد الله أن يمتحن يعقوب مرة ثانية فأمر لهم يوسف بالطعام وقال لهم ائتوني بأخ لكم من أبيكم ولا تجدون طعاما إذا لم تأتوا به. وأمر يوسف بمالهم فوضع في متاعهم.
منى
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. قال المؤلف رحمه الله: بين يوسف وإخوته وكلمه يوسف وقال لهم: من أين أنتم؟ قالوا: من كنعان. قال: من أبوكم؟ قالوا: يعقوب بن إسحاق بن إبراهيم عليه السلام.
You have Ishaq ibn. They're all reading Ishaq ibn.
I don't have anything.
There's no tashkil on it? You guys just made it up?
We just made
It's from An Abi Abdullah. That's where I got it from.
Because it's
I don't know.
Hold on, let's see.
huh?
It's what?
It's مضاف إليه. So it should have guessed.
Yeah, Ishaq ibn Ibrahim, right?
Yes. يعقوب ibn Ishaq ibn Ibrahim.
Why is it Dhamma in the first one? On the first one?
Because that's not مضاف إليه.
Then what is it?
That's مضاف.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, because he's Yaqub, the son of. So that's مضاف, and then Ishaq ibn is مضاف إليه.
Shouldn't it be Al?
مضاف.
Ibn?
Well, Ishaq here would be majroor, right?
It's
But because it's mamnu' min as-sarf, it has a fatha.
Yeah, no, the question is the bin here.
Yes.
Ibn. Why is it Ibnu in the first and Ibni in the second?
the first is
Oh, Sifa. Oh, that makes sense. Yaqubu Ibn Ishaq.
Okay.
Sheikh, what do you think?
I don't think. If I think, I have a headache.
Well, I don't get it. Why would the first one be
Sifa? Because it's Yaqub.
It's a sifa. Who is he? Who is Jacob?
the father?
Yeah, so that's his description, right? Son of.
Son of yours.
Son.
Jacob, son of Isaac, son of Abraham. Now, if there was something else before Yaqub, like she said, if we were saying an, if we're narrating something from him, quoting him, we would say an Yaquba. It would be majroor as well, like the rest of it. Okay?
قال هل لكم أخ آخر؟ قالوا نعم لنا أخ اسمه بنيامين. قال لماذا ما جاء معكم؟ قالوا لأن والدنا لا يتركه
لا يتركه ولا يحب أن يبعد عنه. قال لأي شيء لا يتركه؟ هل هو ولد صغير جدا؟ قالوا لا، ولكن كان له أخ اسمه يوسف، ذهب معنا مرة وذهبنا نستبق وتركنا يوسف عند متاعنا فأكله الذئب. وضحك يوسف في نفسه ولكن لم يقل شيئا، واشتاق يوسف إلى أخيه بنيامين. وأراد الله أن يمتحن يعقوب مرة ثانية، فأمر له يوسف بالطعام وقال لهم ائتوني بأخ لكم من أبيكم، ولا تجدون طعاما إذا لم تأتوا به. وأمر يوسف بمالهم فوضع في متاعهم.
Okay. بين يوسف وإخوته. بين، الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. بين means between. And in this context, it's like the conversation between, or the, I don't want to say showdown, but the interaction between Joseph and his brothers.
Check. Is بين ظرف or is it جر?
Or it's
جر.
حرف جر.
حرف جر. If you want to say between, it's between two places, right? So would that be ظرف?
بين مكة والمدينة. So it would be like فوق and تحت, right? Did you guys cover ظرف in نحو? And was بين one of them?
I don't think we.
We covered
Because you're supposed to have a list of them.
Was there بين in there?
ظرف مكان is like what?
the part of
I know, but give me examples.
good. Is عِلَّة an example?
No, عِلَّة is a different word altogether.
We'll find examples right now.
You don't recall any examples?
I recall.
بين is a ظرف مكان. That's one of the examples.
Oh, okay. بين.
مكان. So it's about location.
Like تحت.
فوق تحت خلف أمام عند مع بين. Yeah.
So you guys have them.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yes, you guys have a whole list.
That's the Malik list.
We told you that one.
Huh? You have Bayna right here on this list. There's like a... You guys have this thing? Where did you get it from?
You wrote it
I got it from Malika, the
Okay.
beginner thing.
Yeah. So you have فوق, تحت, قبل, بعد, خلف, وراء, بين, حول, غير, دون, عند, مع, لدن, أي, بعض, كل. So
We don't hear that much.
well, I guess she got extra ones. Thank you. Okay. بين يوسف وإخوته. وكلمهم يوسف. كلم is to speak, like kalam. So he addressed them. Joseph addressed them or spoke to them. وقال لهم, and he said to them. من أين أنتم? أين is what?
Where?
Where are you all from? قالوا من كنعان. Last week I mentioned this word. Is this the first time this word appears? Yes?
Oh, in the book, yes.
Yeah.
In the class, twice. Second.
Yeah. So Canaan is this geographic location. And it's also a name of a person that area is named after. Canaan. قال من أبوكم, says, who is your father? قالوا يعقوب ابن إسحاق ابن إبراهيم عليهم الصلاة والسلام. They said who their father was. Their father is Jacob, the son of Isaac, the son of Abraham. I don't know if we've spoken about this before, but in Islam, the lineage of an individual goes back to their father. So the person is named after their father. Yes.
So, because Yusuf comes from a lineage of prophets, so when back then, I don't know if you know the answer to this or not. So if they said oh, my father is Yaqub, the son of Ishaq, the son of Abraham, was it wow, you come from the lineage of Abraham? Because if someone said that today about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we would obviously be
So he would recognize that. I don't know if the Egyptians recognized that.
So they weren't a global thing how Muslims are today.
No, it was not yet at that stage. They were still localized. This was still just one family. Because we're talking about this is very much in close proximity to Abraham's time. And when Abraham was a believer, he had 2 people with him. And the whole earth was not believers. But now Abraham had visited Egypt, but again, we don't know if there was any remnants of that news. Because Abraham did go visit Egypt and he had interaction with the king there at his time. So this is a few generations later. For Joseph, he recognized him before he even asked them that.
Right, we know that this conversation is he's already aware.
Yeah.
But I mean in general, because they're coming because they're needy.
Yes, yes.
So it's today we wouldn't imagine if someone came from the family of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would be needy, we would all freak out.
Yeah, so but the reality is actually many of them are needy. And for us specifically, we have regulations that they're not allowed to receive zakah money. So
but you can still give them gifts. That's
Yes.
probably what people
you can
do.
give them gifts. Yes. قال هل لكم أخ آخر? Do you guys have another brother? I mean, he's asking direct questions. It's like he's setting them up. قالوا نعم لنا أخ اسمه بنيامين. Said نعم, yes. لنا, we have. أخ, a brother. اسمه بنيامين. His name is Binyamin. قال لماذا ما جاء معكم? He says, why did he not come with you? Ma here is negation. Sometimes ma is like wasl, but here is لماذا لم يجئ معكم. That's another way of saying it. But here the author says ما جاء معكم. Why did he not come with you? جاء, we had that word last week. قالوا لأن والدنا لا يتركه. This is also a repetition of the attitude that Jacob had in relation to Benjamin. Because our father will not let him go. لا يتركه. وَلَا يُحِبُّ أَنْ يَبْعُدَ عَنْهُ, and he does not desire that he's distant from him.
What's the
بَعُدَ. Ba'uda is to be distant, to be far. قال, in response he says لأي شيء, لأي شيء, for what reason? This word is interesting because in many Arab countries today they don't say لأي شيء, they say ليش. Have you heard ليش from Arabs? ليش comes from this لأي شيء, but they just made it what? ليش.
what is معلش?
ما عليه شيء, ain't nothing on it, literally, which means ain't no thing.
Or never mind?
No, not never mind. Like there is no problem.
No problem. What did you say the actual word was?
What's the word you said?
معلش.
ما عليه شيء. There is nothing on top of him, if you literally want to translate it. Okay? لأي شيء لا يتركه. For what reason does he not leave him? هل هو ولد صغير جدا? Is he a very young or a very small child? قالوا لا. They said no, he's not very young or very small. ولكن, so now they're telling him the story. ولكن كان له أخ اسمه يوسف. However, there was a brother for this one. They didn't even attribute him to themselves. They didn't say we had a brother. They said this guy Benjamin had a brother whose name was Joseph. ذهب معنا مرة. It's almost like he's not even part of their family. He went with us once. مرة is one time. ذهب, he went. معنا, with us. وذهبنا نستبق, and we all went to race. نستبق, سبق is to race. وتركنا يوسف, and we left Joseph عند متاعنا, with our stuff. فأكله الذئب, and so the wolf ate him. الذئب is a wolf. The plural of ذئب is ذئاب. So that's their story. That's what they decided to settle on. وضحك يوسف في نفسه. Joseph laughed in himself. في نفسه. Before we said قال في نفسه. He said to himself. So this is like an internalized emotion, which means you're not expressing it and you're not exposing it. Like sometimes you could be sitting in class and you're laughing by yourself inside, internally. You're like, this teacher looks funny. You know, and you're just laughing, you're cracking up. I have no idea that you're laughing. So في نفسه, internally. Yes, you have something.
I was just gonna ask you this. You know how sometimes we want to gloss over things and then we just say something that sounds like a lie? Just like here. I don't think they wanted to tell the treasurer exactly what happened in their family, even though they might regret what they did, but they told that story because it's easier to tell people compared to what actually happened. So, you know, you do the same in your life with family problems or whatever's happening or something, and then you just say a story that's not exactly true. would that be considered as lying?
Of course it's lying.
So what are you supposed to say when somebody asks you a pointed question like that?
Don't answer. Tell them none of your business.
Yeah, I think you can say it. Not everybody can say that.
Well, I want you guys to develop that skill. If somebody's asking a question that is none of their business, you should tell them, I'm sorry, but I don't... look, people ask me for my phone number. And I tell them, I'm sorry, but I don't give my phone number out. I'll be happy to give you my email. Yes, some people may think, wow, what do you mean you don't give your phone number? Yes, I don't give my phone number. So that's a private thing, right? My phone number.
Yeah, what about personal life?
So that's the same thing. It's something private. This is a private matter that I don't wish to disclose. Private matters are things that we have to be very selective in who we share with. You have to trust the person. You have to know them. You have to know that this information is not going to be misconstrued or go the wrong way. I don't think it's appropriate to just open up to everybody and share private information. I don't know. Some people may feel that way. And some people probably also, the reason they do it is maybe nobody ever talks to them. So like they feel, oh, finally someone asked me, let me just... So it's more like a form of relief. But here, so far, we don't know that they've regretted it. Because very soon after this event, they say his brother stole, which is a lie. And so they're still not in their repentive state. Here, they're still kind of going with the flow, having had their minds made up about what had happened. At least it's like the official story. So this is the difference. This is like the official story that they agreed to say. Was it the official story? No. Was it the true story? No, it wasn't. But what you're asking about is a bit different. And this here is not an evidence to do this. Like, this is not proper behavior. Yes? You guys are exchanging glances.
No, Maria's
And
looking at
usually
me like,
I'm
"Do
good
you
at-
buy this?"
Usually I'm good at reading, but now I can't read what's going on.
I'm having trouble understanding as well.
Okay. طيب, so ضحك يوسف في نفسه ولكن لم يقل شيئا. Again, he internalized this feeling of his. Is like, yeah, that's so. What a far-fetched story that you guys are saying, because he was actually part of it, right? He's the one that they're talking about. ولكن لم يقل شيئا, but he did not say anything. He did not say anything. So he did not. It wasn't time yet. You know, sometimes you may withhold what you wish to share because you're waiting for the right moment to share it. So again, that also requires some type of wisdom, recognizing what will be the consequences of what I share. Is it going to bring about benefit or harm? All these things are something to look into. واشتاق يوسف إلى أخيه بنيامين. Ishtaqa is to yearn for something and to miss it. Comes from shawq. Shawq is the root. Shawaqa. So in Arabic, they say this expression all the time. They say, Ishtaqtu laka, I miss you. Ishtaqtu laki, I miss you, female. اشتاق يوسف إلى أخيه. Who is he yearning for? For his brother Binyamin. Who is his full brother? Because those are also his brothers that are before him. But he did not miss them as much as he missed Benjamin. وأراد الله أن يمتحن يعقوب مرة ثانية. God Almighty wanted. Arada is to want and to will. So we said the will of God is called iradatullah. That's one of its. That's one of the expressions. Iradatullah and also mashi'atullah.
You said iradatullah?
Iradatullah. Yeah, that's when you make it into mudaf ilayh. But here it's a verb. So it's aradallahu. That's a verb. God wanted. أن يمتحن يعقوب مرة ثانية. God wanted to test Jacob a second time. Again, this is not easy, but he's laying the groundwork for us. People get tested as part of life. It does not mean that God hates you. I received a quote from a tafsir yesterday that I thought was very beautiful. And now that you guys are, studying Nahu, no problem. Thank you for letting us know. Jazakallahu khairan. Wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oh, look at this. Our brother Munir says, go to page 44 of the new Arabic book for a list of the dharf. Go ahead, open your books to page 44, and I'm going to grab myself a copy. So I feel special like you guys. It's not only you guys who have new books. I can have a new book too. Page 44. Bismillah. Thank you for rescuing us, Munir. Because they were asking me questions that I don't have answers for.
That's like the first one.
Baina is the first one. Allahu Akbar. What do you know? Between. Yes. Jazakallahu khairan. Very nice. طيب. So أراد الله أن يمتحن يعقوب مرة ثانية. I'm talking about tests, right? How we are tested. So check this quote. Bismillah. أين هذه quote? It says, this is in the Quran, Allah says, قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Declare and say that we will only be afflicted by that which God has written for us. I'm going to write it. So whenever something happens to you, what you going to say? Bismillah. قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Now, this is when people tell you things like to scare you off from doing righteous deeds. You tell them, قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. I will only be afflicted by things that God has decreed for me. Remember kataba? When did we discuss kataba before? Allah's qadar, His irada is what? What are the levels of His qadar? Who remembers the levels of qadar? God's providence. First of all is what? Before everything. Before that. Before the qalam. Ilm. Allah knows everything. What was, what will be, and even things that did not happen, had they happened, how they would have come out. Right? يَعْلَمُ مَا كَانَ وَمَا يَكُونُ وَمَا لَمْ يَكُنْ لَوْ كَانَ كَيْفَ يَكُونُ. You remember that? Very long time ago, when we were young? Before you guys gave me gray hair? قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. The next level after ilm is kitaba. That's when the pen is commanded to write. And he says, what do I write? And Allah says, write everything that will ever happen. Everything that will ever happen is already written. And that's why here, this declaration of the believers is what? Look, nothing is going to afflict us except if God wrote it for us. And then after that, you have irada. God wills it into happening. And finally, al-khalq, God creates it. So basically, it manifests itself in reality as we perceive it. So a reflection over this particular ayah. قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Which ayah is that? I need to look it up now. But let's do the reflection and then I'll give you the reference. So hold on a second. Good question though. Because I'm reading from Arabic. Arabic, sometimes they don't give references.
This is an ayah?
Yes, this is from the Quran. Here we go. She's going to volunteer. Alhamdulillah, we got all these volunteers. Where were you guys when all these organizations were looking for volunteers? Volunteering, exactly.
Surah Tawbah, ayah number 51.
Surah At-Tawbah, chapter 9, ayah 51. Very good. قال. So this is what this scholar says. لم يقل ما كتب علينا. He didn't say what God has written against us. لأنه أمر يتعلق بالمؤمن, because it's a matter that relates to the believer. So he don't say it was written against me, like God wrote this punishment against me. Rather, he wrote this decree for me. Why? Because the believer is not affected by anything except that it is for him. It is for his benefit. Even if it's hurting you, even if you feel like crap, it's still good for you. ولا يصيب المؤمن شيء إلا وهو له إن كان خيرا فهو له في العاجل. If it's good, then that means it's something that is it's good news for him in the present. وإن كان شرا فهو له في الآجل. And if it's bad, then it's going to be good for him eventually in what is to come. Okay? And that's only for the believer. That's the idea that faith, Iman, helps us endure difficulties in life because we think of difficulties in a different way. And that's why I always say, look, a believer, whenever they get sick, they're not looking at it as, oh my God, look at this, God must hate me, or like, I can't perform. They're like, look, Allah is purifying me. I sure need it. I mean, I say that not because I'm righteous. Like when people say, you're always sick, Sheikh. I'm like, yeah, I got a lot of problems. I need to be cleansed. That's a fact. Instead of thinking of, like, I must be cursed or something. No. Don't look at it that way. The prophets were tested. You're not better than the prophets. And remember that everyone is tested in a different way. Alright? So, going back to our story. أراد الله أن يمتحن يعقوب مرة ثانية. What did Jacob do? Jacob is just he's just a man of God, and he loses the first son for years. Now he's going to lose the second son. And he's very emotional, as you can see. I mean, the story is filled with Jacob's emotions. So one may say, why is that fair? Like, why is he experiencing this? Why is God breaking his heart? Well, are you like an advocate on behalf of Jacob? Because he sure didn't complain. In fact, when they asked him, he's like, I'm not complaining to you. My complaint is to God. إِنَّمَا أَشْكُو بَثِّي وَحُزْنِي إِلَى اللَّهِ. That's why I complain to. I'm not complaining to you. I don't need you to have sympathy for me. Right? I take it to Allah. So that's very important. It's like, when feminists want to fight for Muslim women's rights, it's like, sisters don't care for that stuff. Why are you fighting on her behalf? It's like, why are you oppressing her? She likes this oppression, all right? Because she is with God. She's not doing this for me or for any other person. She's doing it for the sake of God. So it's like, don't advocate for somebody that doesn't want you to advocate for them. That's like so abusive. It's like, no, I must help them out. They don't want you to help them out. فَأَمَرَ لَهُمْ يُوسُفُ بِالطَّعَامِ. So look at how Allah's tests manifest itself in the story. That's another thing. It's like, how do things happen? It didn't just happen by like Benjamin being kidnapped or Benjamin getting locked up. There was a process by which this test manifests itself. فَأَمَرَ لَهُمْ يُوسُفُ بِالطَّعَامِ. Joseph, أَمَرَ لَهُم. When you say أَمَرَ لَهُ, Amara, what does amara mean? Command. Amara lahu? Nope. Amara, who is commanded him?
For them.
For them.
Amara lahu means he gave instruction to give them a portion. Amara lahu bi'ata. He instructed that they are given a portion of food. Okay? Amara lahu. So he has authority. So when he gives amr, a command, he's giving instruction. He's given a decree. When you say lahu, it means for his behalf, for his benefit. So let's say, for argument's sake, I'm I have a lot of money, and then I say, and then someone describes what I did, and I say, you know what? I'm gonna cut you a check. He just cut them a check for an amount of food. That's called amara lahu. Okay?
So how would you translate that again?
You tell me. Don't rely on what I said. Tell me what you understood.
So he commanded for the
That's not what I said.
So yeah, I don't remember.
When you say gave instruction to them, is it like
Not to them.
or
He gave
Or-
instruction for it to be given.
He gave instruction to his workers.
okay to the workers
To do what?
to give
To give them a portion of food.
okay
Because why? Because he's in charge of the food. The food won't be released. You have a drought. It can't be released except if the person in charge releases it.
So can we say that he commanded that they received?
Don't use command. Use something else.
He gave instruction to give them a portion of ration.
Okay. Can we say something else? Can we say he that word rations? You said. Can we say he rationed for them?
He rationed for them food.
He rationed for them a portion of food.
Food. Yeah. But he said something else. He made it conditional. وَقَالَ لَهُمْ ائْتُونِي بِأَخٍ لَكُمْ مِنْ أَبِيكُمْ. He says to them, bring unto me a brother that you guys have from your father. Your half-brother, bring him to me. And he says that because again, when it's a drought, when it's a famine, it means that they're going to constantly be in need. They have to come back. He already knows they have to come back. So here he's banking on them coming back. But he's like, look guys, if you try to come back without this Benjamin kid, you ain't getting no food. وَلَا تَجِدُونَ طَعَامًا. You will not find food. Although there is food, but it means you're not going to get it from me. إِذَا لَمْ تَأْتُوا بِهِ. If you don't bring him with you. So wajada means to find. Wajada could mean to discover, depending on the context. But wajada also means when you go seeking something from someone and they give it to you. You say wajadtu indahu malan. It means for me specifically, because somebody may have money but they don't want to share it with you. Or they have food, they don't want to share it with you. وَأَمَرَ يُوسُفُ بِمَالِهِمْ. So look at what he did. Joseph gave other instruction. So here again, amara is instruction. Amara bimalihim. He gave instruction about the money that they brought, or the assets that they brought. فَوُضِعَ فِي مَتَاعِهِمْ. Now this is without them being aware. They came just like everybody else, and they're like, here, we'll give you some money, give us some food, please. So it's not charity. And one may argue is because they're children of prophets and they can't receive charity. So they wanted to purchase the food portions. I don't know, that's something you may find in some of the tafasir.
Chef, how do you translate mata'? Provision?
What?
Or mata'?
Mata' is, we said before. Look, right here.
Stuff.
عند متاعنا فأكله الذئب.
Yeah, you said stuff.
It could be stuff, it could be luggage. Mata' is what you put on your animal. That's your mata'.
Cargo. And also for the sentence before that, ta'tu bihi. What is ta'tu bihi?
Ata is to
Oh, you
come.
bring. No.
Ta'tu, yes. If you don't come with him. If you don't bring him.
Oh, ta'tu.
Yeah, it would be ta'tuna, but because of lam, the noon is removed.
So for the last line, we said Yusuf asked for their money.
To be placed in their
In their
luggage
Mm.
in a conspicuous way. Again, he's trying to set them up because he wants Benjamin to come. It's all his plan, basically. So, but sometimes the plan is not pleasant. Because his eventual plan is he wants his father there too. But he's getting them one at a time. Now, for the father, it's very painful for him to have to part ways with his son again. Second son. And you're going to see what happens right now, what transpires in the story. It's not pleasant. So when you're going through the test, it will not be pleasant. But don't react fully yet, because the story is not over. Most people, they get stuck on the test. They lose their minds over it. It's like, just wait. You're going to see something. Trust in Allah, and you'll see what is awaiting you. Because stress is not going to get you anywhere. I'll tell you that much. Like, stress will not change the decree of Allah. Okay, next chapter. Bismillah. Muna.
بين يعقوب وأبنائه ورجعوا إلى أبيهم وأخبروه بالخبر وقالوا له أرسل معنا أخانا وإلا لا نجد خيرا عند العزيز وطلبوا من يعقوب بنيامين وقالوا وإنا له لحافظون قال يعقوب هل آمنكم عليه إلا كما أمنتكم على أخيه من قبل هل نسيتم قصة يوسف أتحفظون بنيامين كما حفظتم يوسف فالله خير حافظا وهو أرحم الراحمين ووجدوا ما لهم في متاعهم فقالوا لأبيهم إن العزيز رجل كريم قد رد مالنا ولم يأخذ منا ثمنا أرسل معنا بنيامين نأخذ حقه أيضا قال لهم يعقوب لن أرسله معكم حتى تعاهدوا الله أنكم ترجعون به إلا أن تغلبوا على أمركم.
So those are two typos back to back. Fix your books, peoples.
It's not, it was me.
It was just you? It's not a typo? Okay. إلا أن تغلبوا
على أمركم sorry على وعاهدوا الله وقال يعقوب الله على ما نقول وكيل وقال يعقوب لبنيه يا بني لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة
Okay. Ahmed.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله بين يعقوب وبنائه ورجعوا إلى أبيهم وأخبروه بالخبر وقالوا له أرسل معنا أخانا وإلا لا نجد خيرا عند العزيز وطلبوا من يعقوب بنيامين وقالوا وإنا له لحافظون. قال يعقوب هل آمنكم عليه إلا كما أمنتكم على أخيه من قبل. هل نسيتم قصة يوسف أتحفظون بنيامين كما حفظتم يوسف. فالله خير حافظا وهو أرحم الراحمين. ووجدوا ما لهم في متاعهم فقالوا لأبيهم إن العزيز رجل كريم قد رد مالنا ولم يأخذ منا ثمنا. أرسل معنا بنيامين نأخذ حقه أيضا. قال لهم يعقوب لن أرسله معكم حتى تعاهدوا الله أنكم ترجعون به إلا أن تغلبوا على أمركم. وعاهدوا الله. وقال يعقوب الله على ما نقول وكيل. وقال يعقوب لبنيه يا بني لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة.
إيمان.
بين يعقوب وأبنائه ورجعوا إلى أبيهم وأخبروه
بالخبر
وقالوا له أرسل معنا أخانا وإلا لا نجد خيرا عند العزيز. وطلبوا من يعقوب بنيامين وقالوا فإن له لحافظون. قال يعقوب هل آمنكم عليه إلا
كما
أمنتكم على أخيه من قبل. هل نسيتم قصة يوسف أتحفظون بنيامين كما حفظتم يوسف. فالله خير حافظ وهو أرحم الراحمين. ووجدوا ما لهم في متاعهم فقالوا
لأبيهم
إن العزيز رجل كريم قد رد مالنا ولم يأخذ منا.
لم does جزم. It makes what comes after it مجزوم. ولم يأخذ
منا ثمانا. أرسل معنا بنيامين نأخذ حقه أيضا. قال لهم يعقوب لن أرسله معكم حتى تعاهدوا الله أنكم ترجعون به إلا أن تغلبوا على أمركم. وعاهدوا الله. وقال يعقوب الله على ما نقول وكيل. وقال يعقوب لبنيه يا بني لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا
من أبواب معاذ.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. قال المؤلف رحمه الله: بين يعقوب وأبنائه ورجعوا إلى أبيهم وأخبروه بالخبر وقال له أرسل معنا أخانا وإلا لا نجد خيرا عند العزيز. وطلبوا من يعقوب بنيامين وقالوا وإنا له لحافظون. قال يعقوب هل آمنكم عليه إلا كما أمنتكم على أخيه من قبل. هل نسيتم قصة يوسف أتحفظون بنيامين كما حفظتم يوسف. والله خير حافظا وهو أرحم الراحمين. ووجدوا ما لهم في متاعهم فقالوا لأبيهم إن العزيز رجل كريم قد رد مالنا ولم يأخذ منا ثمنا
نقصا ثمنا.
أرسل معنا بنيامين نأخذ حقه أيضا. قال لهم يعقوب لن أرسله معكم حتى تعاهدوا الله أنكم ترجعون به إلا أن تغلبوا على أمركم. وعاهدوا الله. وقال يعقوب الله على ما نقول وكيل. وقال يعقوب لبنيه يا بني لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة.
مريم.
بسم الله. بين يعقوب وأبنائه ورجعوا إلى أبيهم
وأخبروه بالخبر
وقالوا له أرسل معنا أخانا وإلا لا نجد خيرا عند العزيز. وطلبوا من يعقوب بنيامين وقالوا وإن له لحافظون. قال يعقوب هل آمنكم عليه إلا كما أمنتكم على أخيه من قبل. هل نسيتم قصة يوسف أتحفظون بنيامين كما حفظتم يوسف. فالله خير حافظا وهو أرحم الراحمين. ووجدوا ما لهم في متاعهم فقالوا لأبيهم إن العزيز رجل كريم قد رد مالنا ولم يأخذ منا ثمنا. أرسل معنا بنيامين نأخذ حقه أيضا. قال لهم يعقوب لن أرسله معكم حتى تعاهدوا الله أنكم ترجعون به إلا أن تغلبوا على أمركم. وعاهدوا الله. وقال يعقوب الله على ما نقول وكيل. وقال يعقوب لبنيه يا بني لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة.
بين.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. قال المؤلف رحمه الله: بين يعقوب وأبنائه ورجعوا إلى أبيهم وأخبروه بالخبر وقالوا له أرسل معنا أخانا وإلا لا نجد خيرا عند العزيز. وطلبوا من يعقوب بنيامين فقالوا وإنا له لحافظون قال يعقوب هل آمنكم عليه إلا كما آمنتكم على أخيه من قبل هل نسيتم قصة يوسف
قصة يوسف
هل نسيتم قصة يوسف أتحفظون بنيامين كما حفظتم يوسف فالله خير حافظا وهو أرحم الراحمين ووجدوا ما لهم في متاعهم فقالوا لأبيهم إن العزيز رجل كريم قد رد مالنا ولم يأخذ منا ثمنا أرسل معنا بنيامين نأخذ حقه أيضا قال لهم يعقوب لن أرسله معكم حتى تعاهدوا الله أنكم ترجعون به إلا أن تغلبوا على أمركم وعاهدوا الله وقال يعقوب الله على ما نقول وكيل وقال يعقوب لبنيه يا بني لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة.
Everyone read? Yes? I have a quote I wanted to share with you guys. And this is in relation to the commands of God being tests. The commands of God are tests. From the very first command to our father Adam. Why was he told not to eat from the tree? Ain't nothing special about that tree. Don't get it twisted. Most people think it's the tree. It's like, oh my, I wonder what's in it. Like it must be something special. That's what the devil wants you to think. And that's exactly what he told them as well. He's like, God told you not to eat from it because of this X, Y, Z reasons. All a lie. Because that's what the devil is all about. Lies.
The reasons that Shaitan mentioned were lies as well.
Yes,
That it would give.
of course. Everlasting life, it will turn you into an angel, you would never die. هل أدلك على شجرة الملك هل أدلك على شجرة الخلد وملك لا يبلى, he tells him. Should I not tell you about the tree of everlasting life and a kingdom and dominion that never perishes? And humans do what? That's exactly what they want. Oh my God, I can live forever? Of course I'll eat from that tree. Okay. This is similar to when people ask the question. Did I share this question with you guys? Sister asked these questions. If God doesn't need my worship, then why create me in the first place? And the other one was, why did God even create heaven and hell? But I wanted to tackle the first one briefly. I have a small quote. Ready for the quote? A practical way of looking at this question is explained in the following illustration. Imagine you were on the edge of a cliff. Imagine that. And someone pushed you into the ocean below. This water is infested with sharks. However, the one who pushed you gave you a waterproof map and an oxygen tank to be able to navigate via safe areas in order to reach a beautiful tropical island where you will stay forever in bliss. If you were intelligent, you would use the map and reach the safety of the island. However, being stuck on the question, why did you throw me in here, will probably mean you are eaten by the sharks. For the Muslim, the Quran and the prophetic traditions are the map and the oxygen tank. They tell us how to navigate the path of life safely. We have to know, love, and obey God and dedicate all acts of worship to Him alone. Fundamentally, we have the choice of harming our own self by ignoring this message or embracing the love and mercy of God by accepting it. Most people are stuck on the question of, why did you put me here? And they never get over it. They just can't make sense of that question. Instead of doing what? Just believe what He told you. He put you here for this reason. To get to know Him, to love Him, to serve Him, to give gratitude to Him, and to test you. Get over with it. Don't be stuck. Yes.
My question maybe makes it sound like I'm one of the people that get stuck. But I don't know. I feel like that analogy is like really deficient, because then it opens up the question, why didn't God just put us on the island to begin with?
Why didn't God just put us on the island?
To begin with. I mean, if God can do anything. I'm not saying that that's my question. I'm just saying it opens it up. Like, for example.
No, because the whole thing is it's a test for you. If you're just put and given like a degree without going to school, what's the point behind that? Like, can't the US government just give everybody PhDs? So we can tell the world we're the smartest nation on earth?
Yeah, I mean, so when you explain,
Can we not do that?
Yeah,
I mean,
but when you
it's
explain it like that makes sense. But the analogy itself, I think, is lacking, because then you don't have an equivalent in that analogy to the value of going through the test.
You know what, how they word it is like, if God really loves me, why is He putting me through all this trouble? Why not just put me on the island? He loves me, right?
Because you don't deserve the island. This is this is like people being entitled. Who said you deserve the island?
But He loves me.
Yeah, His love is conditional. But then we get into that ideological deficiency, because most people think God's love is unconditional. He loves you. No, He doesn't. Why should He love you? Like, why do you feel so entitled?
But that's so hard to
think, like-
explain that concept to people, because their idea of God is just like unconditional love.
That's their deficiency. That means they did not follow revelation.
I think too, it's like, they say that we can become, or we could reach a level higher than the angels, and if, we were just created and placed in the Jannah, then we would be at the same level as the angels, which is great, but by being through this test, it allows us to grow and achieve levels and statuses higher than even that.
I mean, that's a possibility, but
So it makes it increases the
The value.
the value of Jannah.
but here the question is also a question of questioning God. Why did you do this? And what God says is, لا يسأل عما يفعل وهم يسألون. God is not to be questioned about what He does, and everybody else gets questioned. We don't question God. That's the other thing about believers, is not to question God. There's a difference between not questioning God and not seeking understanding. Right? But anyway, that came up here because we were talking about tests. Right? Most people get stuck of, let's say I decide to give you a pop quiz today. Right? And they don't realize how easy it would be. They're stuck on, but I didn't prepare. Why are you doing this to me? I'm stressing out. And you know what I expect from you in the test? Write your name on a piece of paper and tell me that you love me. But before they hear any of that, they want to fight and burn the place down.
You should do that as a psychological experiment.
I did it as a psychological experiment. I asked you guys in the beginning of the school year, give me your personal story.
No, but like comments.
And I gave you guys a grade for that. Like, how easy could it be? All you had to do was just tell me something about yourselves. And some people did not bother with it. Right? And then they're like, why is my grade this way? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. You know? So anyway, the test is actually not as difficult as people perceive it to be, but you got to understand it as a test. Because the biggest thing is just that realization. With anything, by the way. The biggest thing that we struggle with is realization. Like if I'm sick and I don't realize I'm sick, I'll never get treatment. But once I admit that I have a problem, then I'm on the path of recovery. That's the biggest challenge. So that's why we tell people, your biggest challenge is the way you conceptualize this existence. If you keep on complaining, why am I in this mess? Then you've lost the big picture. They say, what? Lose the forest for the trees. You're looking at the trees and you don't realize that you're in a forest. Go up like a drone and get a bird's eye view. You're like, wow, this place is pretty neat. But if you're stuck in the tree, you're missing out on a lot.
Get lost in the sauce.
You get lost in the sauce, exactly. Lost in the sauce.
What was the ayah?
لا يسأل عما يفعل وهم يسألون. Let me give you the reference for that.
Sheikh, you said the test is not as difficult as it seems, but you need to realize that? I forgot how you ended that. It was really nice.
Surah Al-Anbiya, which is chapter number 21. And the ayah is number 23. 23 of Surah Al-Anbiya. Go ahead, read us your translation. What did I say? I said the most difficult part of the test is simply realizing that it's a test. Once you realize it, and then once you are utilizing the tools that have been given to you, the test is much easier than initially perceived. So again, I just said something about being sick, right? If sickness is confusing you and you're thinking that I must be cursed, I must be damned, I must be jammed up, you're just stuck in that thought. Once you go out of that thought and realize God is purifying me, I'm just going through this is temporary, and even if it's a terminal illness, I'll die, I'll have everlasting life, and God will be pleased with me. We're like, woo, piece of cake. Most people are stuck on even understanding that it's a test. They don't want to accept it. They want to be in control. That's the problem with human beings. They want to be in charge. How did this happen to me? Oh my God, I was blindsided. I didn't eat healthy. Like people who have weakness of iman, it's so funny when they talk about sickness. They're like, it's because you go to school. All these germs are all around you. Yeah? Like how about doctors that live in germ-infested hospitals? Why aren't they getting sick all the time? And if we're going to be like paranoid about germs, we wouldn't live with anyone. We'd just, cover ourselves and die by ourselves. Doesn't make any sense. You get stuck in these details that are not really necessary. Yes.
For the ayah, لا يسأل
عما يفعل وهم يسألون.
could you explain وهم يسألون? The last part.
Mean every person and everything will be asked, but Allah will not be asked. Like who's gonna judge God? Alright? But in that particular context, because if you read the ayah that comes before it, it's talking about the false gods actually. لو كان فيهما آلهة إلا الله لفسدتا. If there was any other God in the heavens and the earth beside God, then they would have been ruined. فسبحان الله رب العرش عما يصفون. Far above any imperfection is God, the Lord of the throne, above what they ascribe to him. لا يسأل عما يفعل وهم يسألون. he is not questioned. So this is the meaning. This is the tafsir. It says, the creation has no right to ask him about his decision-making process. However, he gets to ask the creation about their actions. Why is that? Because he is the master and they're the slaves. But that has to do with what? Having that concept down. Most people refuse this concept.
I think you can, to give it sort of analogy, as to say, like, if I were to draw a picture in somewhat ahead of a tree.
Of a tree?
A picture of a tree.
Okay, you want
And
to...
someone were to come to me and say, well, why did you draw it this way? Or why didn't you draw, you know, a house or something? And you would say, well, because I wanted to draw a tree. Like, what right do they have to tell me to draw it any other way or something differently? And so, in that same example, I mean, Allah is the one who created all of this, so what right do we have to tell him to do it any differently? To Allah specify this.
Yeah. What is your translation?
From ayat 22, if there have been in the heavens or earth any gods but him, both heavens and earth would be ruins. God, Lord of the throne, is far from the things they say. He cannot be called to account for anything he does, whereas they will be called to account.
Good. He cannot be called to account for anything he does. So that's the other meaning about accountability, and that's what you mentioned. So, and this is actually used to negate that certain things that people worship would be God, such as Jesus and the angels. Will they be taken to account or not? And by that understanding, they are no longer divine, because the divine is not to be questioned. Okay, look at this story. We have a quote. Somebody asked Ali, does our Lord like to be disobeyed? Does our Lord get disobeyed in spite of him not wanting to be disobeyed? The answer was, what do you think if he prevents me from having guidance and he gives me misguidance? Has he treated me well or has he treated me bad? The answer was, if he has prevented you from your rights, then he has done bad. But if he has prevented you from his grace, then it's his grace and he gives it to whoever he wishes. And then he recited this particular ayah. He is not questioned about what he does, and they are questioned. Another quote, it says, when God Almighty sent Moses and revealed to him the Torah, Moses says, "O God, you are a great God. If you wanted to be obeyed, you would have been obeyed. And if you wanted never to be disobeyed, nobody could disobey you. And you love to be obeyed. However, the reality is that you're disobeyed." So then God reveals to him, I am not questioned about what I do. However, people will be questioned about what they do. Why are there ants all over us? Oh, ants, please leave us alone. Yeah. So this particular passage is, again, reminding us that God is the master and we are his servants. Okay. Did we start translating? No. Why? Because we went to tests. بين يعقوب وأبنائه. This is the interaction between Jacob and his children.
I was going to ask you, the online website you're using, is it in English, the tafsir?
No, I don't read tafsir in English.
So you're translating it?
Yes. Yeah. So you can blame the translator if it doesn't make sense. وَرَجَعُوا إِلَى أَبِيهِمْ. They returned to their father. وَأَخْبَرُوهُ بِالْخَبَرِ. And they informed him about what transpired. Khabar means the report. But in this context, it's like basically what just happened with them. وَقَالُوا لَهُ. And they said to him, أَرْسِلْ مَعَنَا أَخَانَا. Send with us our brother. Now he becomes their brother. You got to pay attention to the pronouns. Earlier he was Joseph's brother. Now he's our brother. وَإِلَّا لَا نَجِدُ خَيْرًا عِنْدَ الْعَزِيزِ. If you do not do so, we are not going to get any khayr. What's khayr in Arabic? Khayr is money. Yes. Valuable things. عند العزيز. We're not gonna find anything of value with the Aziz. I tested you guys on this. I told you you can test all the Arabs you know and see how much they fail in understanding the Quran. The surah that everyone knows in the end of the Quran. وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ. What surah is that? إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد. How does that translate? Open up the translation. Al-Adiyat. End of the Quran. What do you have? That's mass as well? Okay. You just have extra notes, right? In the bottom, and you have the Arabic script as well. Okay. So وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ. If you give it to any Arab, they will tell you he loves money. He loves good things. But in this context, God is saying the problems with humans. He's not praising humans here. He's saying how problematic humans are. So go ahead. Tell us what's wrong with humans.
He is truly excessive in his love of wealth.
Excessive in his love of wealth. So khayr here is wealth. Because that's what khayr means in the Arabic of the Quran. And when you got wealth, you got good. So it evolved to mean that.
Wait, what did you say?
When you got wealth, you're good. So that's why wealth, goodness became known as khayr. إني لما أنزلت إلي من خير فقير. There, let's see. Okay. It says Al-Khayru kalimatun jami'ah. Al-Khayr is a comprehensive term that lima yula'imu al-insan, for whatever the human needs, whether it's financial or moral. The Mufassirin say in that particular instance he was asking God to feed him because of how hungry and tired he was. Although he was the most beloved of all humanity to Allah at that time. However, he hadn't tasted food in 7 days. And this showcases to us that this material world has no value with God. Yeah.
Is Tabari's tafsir?
No, I didn't quote a mufassir. I said the people of tafsir say, al-mufassirun. You want Tabari? Is that what you want?
Sorry, Sheikh, why were we going over Surah Al-Nazi'at? No, not Al-Nazi'at, Al-Adiyat.
خيرا.
خيرا.
وطلبوا من يعقوب بنيامين, and they requested from Jacob Benjamin. وقالوا إنا له لحافظون, and they said we are going to watch over him. We're going to protect him. We're going to be his guardians. قال يعقوب, Jacob responds, do I entrust you with him just like I trusted you with his brother before? هل آمنكم عليه, should I entrust you with him as I entrusted you with his brother before? هل نسيتم قصة يوسف, have you forgotten the story of Joseph? أتحفظون بنيامين, will you watch over Benjamin just like you watched over Joseph? Then he says, Allahu khayrun hafidhan, surely God is the best of protectors. وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ, and he is the most merciful, or he's the most gracious of those who have grace. وَوَجَدُوا مَا لَهُمْ فِي مَتَاعِهِمْ, this is when they find that their product or the money that they had offered is returned back to them. فَقَالُوا لِأَبِيهِمْ, so they respond to their father, إِنَّ الْعَزِيزَ رَجُلٌ كَرِيمٌ, this treasurer, this Aziz, this king, is a very generous man. قَدْ رَدَّ مَالَنَا, he returned back our wealth. وَلَمْ يَأْخُذْ مِنَّا ثَمَنًا, and he didn't even take price, he didn't take anything in return for the food.
Like
the cost or the price or what have you. أرسل معنا بنيامين, send with us Benjamin. نأخذ حقه أيضا, we will take a portion for him, because this king was given people per head. Like, you guys are 11 people, okay, I'm gonna give you 11 portions. So now if you add another person, you get an extra portion. Let's say he's given each one let's say 100 pounds of grains. So it's like, if we have another brother, we'll get another 100 pounds. نأخذ حقه أيضا, we will take his set amount as well. قال لهم يعقوب, Jacob says to them, لن أرسله معكم, I will not send him with you حتى تعاهدوا الله, until you promise God. You have to promise God, have a ahd. Ahd is a contract, a covenant. أنكم ترجعون به, that you will bring him back. That's your promise to God. You're going to swear to God that you will bring him back, with the exception, إلا أن تغلبوا على أمركم, except if you are overpowered. Meaning, like, if it's completely out of your control. That would be the only exception for you not to bring him back. وعاهدوا الله, they promised God, وقال يعقوب, and Jacob says, الله على ما نقول وكيل. God is a witness over what we say. When you look at the tafsir, they translate wakil in this context as shaheed. Because wakil means different things based on its context. وقال يعقوب لبنيه, Jacob says to his sons, يا بني, O my sons, لا تدخلوا من باب واحد. Don't enter from one gate. Because cities had gates at that time. وَادْخُلُوا مِنْ أَبْوَابٍ مُتَفَرِّقَةٍ. Rather enter from different gates. And one may ask, so what is the benefit of this? The benefit of this is the fact that your parents have insight. And they have intuition. And they have wisdom that they have picked up in life. Even if you don't like them. The next thing is, the scholars say that these people looked really fine. Like, they were really pretty looking. And they're going to a foreign land. So he was worried about them attracting negative attention. Be like, why would a beautiful person attract negative attention? Go ahead, guys.
Wait, why didn't the first time they weren't? Why didn't they say that? Why is
Because Binyamin wasn't with them. Perhaps Binyamin was with them.
Well, did he not tell them that the first time around? We're looking at the story here, but if you look at it in the Quran, when does he tell them that?
Wait, tell them this right here?
He actually tells them this the first time they go.
To enter from different gates?
Yes.
I didn't know that. It was just one time.
No, it's not saying it was one time, but it was the first time.
The tafsir says he was afraid for them from the evil eye, so he asked them to split up when they enter. Why was he afraid for them? It says because they were given beauty, they were given strength, and they looked very handsome. And they were all the sons of one man. So he didn't want them to be afflicted by the evil eye. There's a narration that says the evil eye puts the man in a grave and puts the camel in a pot. What does puts the camel in a pot mean?
Cook dinner.
You cook it for dinner.
That's not a bad thing.
It's a bad thing if it's somebody's wealth. No, not for the camel. The camel, Allah created it so it could be eaten. It doesn't complain about that. Don't advocate for its rights. Like what is it called? People for the ethical treatment of animals. It's like Allah created those animals for us. We just have to be responsible. We don't have to say, oh my God, they're suffering. Yeah, you don't make them suffer. But if you eat them for supper, then it's not a problem. As long as they are lawful animals and you handled it properly. But here is it somebody's wealth, like somebody's camel, it means it's his wealth, like his car, right? So it's like saying, instead of saying it puts the camel in the pot, I would say it puts the Lamborghini in the shop.
But you can eat it after.
He's not eating it. He's not going to be happy eating it if it's his mode of transport, would he?
Oh, that's true.
If that's his only mode of transport, he wouldn't be eating it. He would be using it for milk if it's a female camel, but that's it.
Can you repeat that sentence one more time?
العين تدخل الرجل القبر والجمل القدر. I thought you wanted me to repeat the one about supper and suffer.
Don't make them suffer when you eat them for supper.
Yes, good.
Make that a slogan.
So this is ayah. Look, I want you to look it up. This is ayah 67. So when does 67 appear? Does that appear the first time they go, or appears the second time they go? Yeah? Well, he didn't say anything the first time? He didn't give him instructions?
No, they just showed up, I think.
They just went to Egypt?
Yeah, they just kind of showed up to Egypt, but sure.
It says وجاء إخوة يوسف.
Okay.
They did show up 3 times or 4 times.
You mentioned that
First time they showed up.
parents
The second
have
time they showed up Benjamin. The third time they showed begging, and the fourth time they showed
في سورة سيدنا يوسف في سورة يوسف وقال يا بني لا تدخلوا من باب واحد وادخلوا من أبواب متفرقة. الآية الكريمة يقول اللمسة البيانية وعدم الدخول من باب واحد. ما معنى؟ وقيل يعني هم ما شاء الله عليهم كثير لئلا تصيبهم العين والعين حق حسد هذا الرسول يعوذ الحسن والحسين.
So that's the first thing, is about the evil eye or envy.
العين يعني قد يكون هذا قال هم مثلا لو شارع حسنة وقربى يعني العزيز يقربهم قال لعل يمكن هذا يدعو إلى الحسد. وبعدين لاحظ أنهم جاءوا بشخص آخر جاءوا بأخ لهم من أبيهم صاروا أكثر يعني وقسم قال لا حتى لا يحسب أنهم جواسيس يعني جايين داخلين على عصبة ما هؤلاء.
There are some scholars who said also it was for political reasons, so nobody would think of them as spies, like they're spying for another nation. And of course, adding the extra person, now they're 12, they're no longer, they were 10, now they're 11. So they stand out even more than they did the first time around. So also, this is from the wisdom of Jacob, is that he didn't want them to be, to have for people to have this negative impression of them. That because now they've come a second time around, and it attracts attention, like I said. So negative attention is not something that we should be seeking after. May Allah protect us from that. Of course, unfortunately, a lot of the programming that we have is all about attracting attention, which is completely contrary to what we are taught in Islam. In Islam, we are taught to stay away from attracting attention. So much so that some of the scholars in the past, they say, if they became known in a town, if people started recognizing who they are, they would just pick up and leave. Scholars, not prophets. Prophets didn't have that privilege. But scholars are humans, and they have egos, and they have weaknesses. So they recognize that it's not good for my ego when people think I'm all holy. Now that completely contradicts the pop culture that we have of making people into celebrities. May Allah protect us from that. Okay. Yes. Iman has a question. Yes, Iman. Iman should have all the answers. Her name is Iman.
I wish that was reflected in my name. Anyways, how do you draw the line between being grateful for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, and for example, if someone is wealthy, driving a nicer car or something, or nicer clothes, and also being humble? Should someone, for example, if someone is wealthy, should they deliberately just kind of buy standard things so that they don't?
No.
The signs of wealth should show on you, right?
No.
I thought you said it.
Yeah, just you mentioned the last.
You said something
verse,
about
Not wealth.
not
Blessings.
showing off.
It's not about showing off, but for someone who's well off to purchase items that are expensive, that's normal for them. They're not being wasteful. but at the same time being considerate of the environment that you're in. So if it's going to attract negative attention, don't do it. But if all your people are on that same level, then if you actually dress down, you are attracting negative attention. So it depends. There's no, like, again, I always repeat this, no one size fits all answers. It depends on the situation. In some situations, like if we're coming to class here, we don't really have to impress each other, right? But if you're going to a particular place where people, they're very judgmental, then don't dress low, dress high on that level, right?
But like, at what? Like, there's a difference between like dressing appropriate and like very much. Like, for example, let's say that you're going to like
extravagant clothing is vanity. That's not allowed ever, whether you're rich or you're poor. Vanity is not good. But we're talking about everybody wears a shirt. But some people, they wear expensive shirts. I can't tell. I mean, you know, the most expensive shirts are the ones that are like, there's specific groups of people who are like, they're not into any type of brands. They get things tailor-made. And they get it like from organic sources, like the cotton that the shirt was made of. So his shirt turns out to be like $500. Right? You can't tell that it's a $500 shirt. But that's exactly what it is, because they're I don't know what they call themselves, conscious consumers or something. So it depends. It depends on the situation. But vanity is never positive, never.
Can you explain vanity a little bit? Is dressing up nice vanity? Just because?
It depends. Who are you dressing up nice for?
Are you being excessive in that?
What is
No, it has nothing to do with excessiveness. Who are you dressing up nice for?
It's just you have a good taste?
You know, what I understand about human psychology is most people dress up for others, not for themselves. And the reason being is nobody dresses up at home. So if you want to dress up at home, by all means, go ahead. Dress up to impress. Walk around in your nicest suit. But people dress up for who? For attention. For other people. So. Why you guys always ask me these questions? You guys know that I'm like extreme on these things. It's going to ruin your fun. Just ask somebody else. Who cares about these things?
I still feel like I don't have an answer.
You don't. It's okay. May Allah guide me to bring you a better answer. It's a big topic and you waited until like we ended class.
Well, because it came up after that.
What came up? So what came up was evil eye. Do you want the evil eye? So what are you going to do to prevent that?
Be humble.
Yes, but again, humbleness does not mean you start dressing in things that are like ripped. So people don't give you the evil eye, because that attracts another type of negative attention. Negative attention could be by somebody dressing in vanity, is showing off and showing your beauty. You don't know the magazine Vanity Fair? Okay. What's vanity in English? Look up the meaning of the word. Vanity is basically the opposite of haya.
What is the
Yeah. What is vanity? No, louder. I can't hear you.
Excessive pride or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements.
Excessive pride or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements. Typically has to do with appearance.
But then see, that's internal, right? Excessive pride is in yourself. You don't. Other people can't guess that.
Well, no, they can guess it. All right. With what you wear, with the way certain people dress. I mean, I know this. I mean, I'm not like, I don't dress up, but I know that there are certain things I'll wear that give me a certain feeling, and also give the people who look at me a certain feeling.
It's interesting. The definition also says the quality of being worthless or futile. So it says the vanity of human wishes. So same
It's like a word that has the word and its opposite, but the opposite is the reality.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, so always ask the question of what is the intent for dressing up. If it's just, okay, I just want to dress up because I like the way this feels, okay, do you do so at home? No, I only do this in public. Okay, who's seeing you in public? So if it's guys and they're all around guys, it's like, okay, I don't think they really care much about what other guys think of them. So they wear specific things to attract the attention of girls. And girls do the same thing. Okay, you don't have to. I'm talking about there may be exceptions to that rule, but look at it holistically. And even among themselves. So among themselves, it may not be to attract gazes of like romance, but to like showcase that I am better than you, I am stronger than you, I am more well off than you. It sends other types of signals. We're always giving signals out. That's how humans do. Animals do other types of signals. Animals release scents, and they like leave their stuff all around. Humans release other types of signals.
Sense too.
It doesn't say.
Alright, salam wa rahmatullah.
Like in your pheromones.
Oh yeah. Oh.
You guys go over the questions that we had from Friday yesterday? All questions that we had from puzzles? Go over them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Bring it up to
No. But Megan came to dinner afterwards. But like the whole like sitting there. Yeah, Jula. I mean, you know, like the thing that annoys me is they don't even like confirm
Did you
that
say
you're
that
like, graduated
because of
until
the
like
right
a month and a half, 2 months later. Yeah, so I'm like, it's like there's no reason why I wouldn't. But, like, it's still like weird that it's not like actually official. Oh, that's my folder.
You don't have to look at it.
I don't need it.
You wrote 44 paragraphs.
Well, it's 2000. Where's the grammar?
It's not perfect.
This is what I did. I wrote down like the ayah number or whatever, like 28 colon sentence, all of them from that Quran
Did you go over it?
page. And then next
We
to
had
it,
an
I wrote
odd question from
not
Qasas
the
that we-
whole
Yeah, yeah,
translation, but
okay.
kinda like the gist. Like if it, a lot of them were talking about like guarding your private parts, right? So I didn't really the whole thing about guarding your private parts. So I gave like a tally of the different topics that each of the uses that word it, and then I wrote one more time. But I think because last year he just did homework, I think it's credit, no credit, because I got like it's like out of 10 points. And I think whichever ones I did, I got a 10. So I don't think it's like, oh, this one was like if you do it, it's turned. I think it's more important to just turn it on time.
Did you have year 5 or
No.
I stress over what you're putting.
what happened? You had a thought.
It's processing slow.
Why not? You like to finish it. It's so long.
Or did you have year 4?
Well, I guess if he sees that you.
Are they year 4 or year 3?
Like, okay, that's what I did.
They go into year 4?
Well, I just say 3 and 1.
Oh, it's only just 3 and 1.
Yeah, no, I when they asked me that, I call this year 1, I call that year 3. That's just,
That's what I'm
you
asking.
can say, when people say 1, 2, 3, 4, I say that's 3, this is 1.
Yeah. Year 3, did you have them earlier?
Yeah, just had them.
Oh.
Just had them. I'm same schedule, Monday to Thursday, 3 and 1.
What do you teach them?
Tafsir.
Saboni as well, or
Yeah. From the gens to be, they put here, so that's why the stars are used to.
Yeah, they're just being used, right? Not.
I don't know if you remember. There's this one time where I came and I audited the class
Which class?
before I started. It was like Muhammad's class. And you guys were going over purification of the heart. You stopped doing that.
There's one.
The
That was on
shit
Friday. That was Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
We have a special session on Fridays.
Yeah.
This guy, like, equalness.
Okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على خير خلق الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. Were you guys talking about ظرفs?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so that message is not from me. Tell them to go to page 44 of the new Arabic book for a list of the ظرف.
Yeah.
That's something else?
I was gonna share that.
Who's going camping this week?
Are you going? No way.
Are you not a camper, Chef?
I'm not a camper, but I'm not going because I'm not a camper. I'm not a camper, but the reason I'm not going is not because I'm not a
So
camper.
you're not going because you're not a camper.
Still is confusing.
I don't think.
Plus, it's like
I
120
don't think
miles
that's
from
correct
you
at all.
guys. Like from here, it's 75.
Oh,
From here, it's,
you, yeah.
from here, it's 75 miles. For me, it's 120. I was thinking of going just for Saturday, but then I was like, I did the math. I was like, I'd be driving 4 hours on Saturday. Can't do that. Can't do that to myself.
About like 3 hours, I think, from here.
3 hours?
What are you talking about, bro?
Is it?
75 miles from here.
What's how long is that? Oh, what?
Well, it depends
Hour
on
and a half
traffic.
or something?
On Friday.
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
It's like an hour.
But what time does it start on Friday?
We're leaving at 11?
11, I don't know, a.m. or I'm asking.
11 a.m. Sure. So there could be traffic.
You're coming, right?
A bit.
Juma, no Juma?
Yeah, we stuck in that fifth packet. And we're just like, you know what, I don't need to.
We're traveling.
11 a.m. everybody?
11 a.m.
11 a.m. on Friday?
We're leaving after Juma.
After Juma?
Oh, sorry.
You
Maybe
sure?
I wasn't supposed to. Really? Yeah, everybody leave at 11.
Oh, but that makes sense. Yeah.
So we're gonna do Juma here and then leave?
No.
We're leaving at 11.
We are leaving.
She's talking about her
Got
family.
it. That makes sense.
But you guys have to leave at 11.
We're leaving at 11. not doing Jumu'ah.
I think you guys are going to do Jummah there.
Okay.
Serious?
That makes sense.
Okay.
We should get
Because you'll be there by Jummah.
Yeah. I was at a masjid like 2 or 3 weeks ago for Jumu'ah.
Fatima, you asked my wife.
Yeah, what did you do?
And my wife was like, hey, what is she doing?
No, then I stopped talking abruptly because I was like, I'm gonna get you in trouble. Because I asked her, I was like, are you gonna go to retreat? She's like, what retreat? You didn't even tell me. Like, you didn't even tell me. Like, oh my goodness, yeah. Because I wanted more people with kids to come, so my kids.
But I was talking, there seems like there's a lot of kids now.
Well, because I recruited them.
You recruit all, there's a lot of kids now.
Well, I got Anas and Munira to bring their kids, and then Sheikh Munib and Aisha are coming with their kids. And
Two
Sheikh
boys.
Kurdi's bringing his kids.
And who?
Sheikh Kurdi is bringing his kids, and then Sister Sarah was already bringing her kids. I don't think.
Yeah, that's a lot of kids.
Well, after I pulled them all.
It's a madness.
Yeah, Sheikh had a question.
And then all the kids are like,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
because there was an email in there that said,
All the kids are in one cabin.
no, there was an email in there that said that basically that there will be, said no separate arrangements for families.
Yeah.
So the sisters will all be in one cabin, brothers will all be in one cabin.
No, but then we have to keep the kids separate because we were like, we can't keep kids with like, you know, it's weird to have like a bunch of kids with a bunch of young people.
Yeah.
So we might put the moms with the kids. I don't know. My brother Hader is doing it.
Oh, okay.
But no separate means like you can't be like you, your husband, and your kids.
Yeah.
Like
Gotcha. It'd just be one parent with all the kids, basically.
No, meaning all the moms probably.
Yeah, one parent with all of their kids.
No, and another mom with a bunch of her kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
The
I'm
point
saying.
is that
It's just one parent has to take care of all of it.
So it's gonna be a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have all these young people. We'll train them. No one's gonna want to reproduce after this. After they see Layla and what she did at night. It's more fun than kids. We're not having kids.
Did she give you a hard time to go to sleep?
Oh God. We'll hear about it.
Gee.
She's crazy.
Okay, Sheikh. I was at Jumu'ah in Masjid like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it started at 12:30.
Who else is
Right?
coming?
And one of the shurut
Which
that we
both, right?
studied in for Jumu'ah is
Yeah,
time
Sarah Rahman is coming.
for
and
the
Sarah-
Dhuhr,
Sarah's not
right?
coming yet.
Sarah
And so then I'm sitting there.
You prayed at IOC and they started at 12:30.
Yeah. And then my phone went off at 12:50 something, and it was like, hey.
Yeah. So the Hanbali view is most of the masajid that pray Jumu'ah. Depending, so now it's happening because that earlier Jumu'ah falls depending on what time of the year. Like in the winter, it doesn't happen even for the masajid that have 2 Jumu'ahs. The earlier Jumu'ah falls within the Dhuhr timing, but in this time it doesn't, right? So the Hanbalis, and I mentioned this in passing, but the Hanbalis, they say that actually the time of Jumu'ah is not similar to the time of Dhuhr, right? So they say it starts much earlier, right? So an overwhelming majority of masajid that do these 2 Jumu'ahs, and they do them for obviously space reasons, they basically take the Hanbali view. Everybody becomes Hanbali when they need to do 2 Jumu'ahs.
Does that mean that they have to pray Zohar as well? And Jummah as well? Or like...
No.
Oh, so if you pray...
No. They just say that Jumu'ah is, yes, first of all, it is the replacement for Dhuhr for the one who attends. But they say the timing for Jumu'ah is different than the timing of Dhuhr. Specifically, the starting time is earlier. Okay?
So as long as you're praying the Salah within Jumu'ah or within Dhuhr time.
No, the Salah can be according to Hanbalis, the Salah can be before Dhuhr time. Like, I know you're saying that the khutbah was before, but the prayer, like, yeah, no, like according to them, the prayer can be before Dhuhr time. Like you could pray, be done, wrapped up at 12 o'clock.
What's the...
Yeah, you guys love but they do like
when does that time come in?
I believe, if I remember correctly, they say what should I call it? I want to say they say it comes in. I gotta go back and check. But I want to say they say it comes in early, like it's open after sunrise.
Anytime after sunrise.
We're so busy.
I want to go back and
I
check.
just feel like
Yeah.
5:36. Or what was it? Like, it was like 5:40 this morning. So
Yeah. But like
5:42,
after.
just like,
Why she has to
But I want to see if they say it comes in later in the day.
There you go. I missed why you're not coming though. So you don't have a reason. You're
Not
thinking of
coming
it now.
to the retreat?
See?
No, I have a few reasons.
if you can't come for the whole weekend,
They're definitely valid reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely valid reasons. They
Per
will.
day.
So I was thinking. I was just saying. I was thinking of coming on Saturday
Yeah.
for a day. So basically Friday I have Jum'ah as well,
So come after Jum'ah.
and I can't even breathe. Friday night I usually have to be at the masjid. Sunday there's a head seminar I'm supposed to be at.
You have to go.
You can change plans. Plans can be changed.
are you speaking at the Hajj seminar?
Technically, yeah, it'd be wrong if I didn't show up. So that basically leaves Saturday. And I was thinking of coming on Saturday as Fatima suggested, but I just looked at it. And it's going to be, for me, I live in Torrance. It's, from here it's 75 miles, from there it's 115 miles.
So that's right.
Yeah, that's 4 hours minimum, absolute like this is no traffic, right? I mean, to come to the graduation on Saturday took forever, but so that's like 2.5 hours safe, I'd say, each way on Saturday with a head seminar on Sunday.
This is the first IOK retreat chat. I don't think one of us missed.
But that's the norm. Isn't that like normally your schedule? Like, what's new?
100 something miles? No.
Yeah, so like the less of this that can be minimized,
Once in the year chat.
that keeps me sane.
I think you should come. This is how you should tell them. You should tell them I'm gonna come to the retreat,
Tell who? Who's them?
whatever, and then take Monday off and sleep.
Wait, what?
Who's them?
The seminary people.
Oh, you so
Tell
you
them
should.
to give you Monday off so that you can come to the retreat,
Wow.
and then you can rest on Monday because you want to be with the students so badly and help them. with
The driving for I can come on Monday. Like I don't have an issue coming Monday. It's just the driving of probably 5 hours on Saturday.
Steph, you have YouTube,
With
right?
the
YouTube?
canoeing.
Premium? YouTube?
Yeah, I can drive 5 hours. There's the kids in the back.
Oh, they're not used to the drive.
Like I said, like I clarified, I said I'm not a camper, but I'm not coming because I'm not a camper. Yeah, no, that statement. But we'll see. Perhaps, you know. جيد. Okay. Open قصص النبيين to إلى مكة.
Can we go over our i'rab question?
No, it's not okay.
Oh yes.
Okay, what?
What happened?
We were doing i'rab.
Oh, Iman's not coming?
She's coming. She just doesn't know that yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all should get on her case. She didn't come to the graduation and
Exactly. She hasn't left me alone for like a month.
Go ahead, Yalla. What's your question?
So we were doing
What page?
i'rab qasas on page 50.
50?
50.
50?
Yeah, 50.
When we get to page 50, ask the question.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was Liman Mada.
No.
It's all like past that.
Yeah.
Okay, Jayid, open to page 20. This is where we stopped, correct? Nam?
Yes.
Because we're reviewing, because no one ever goes back and reviews.
Good question.
إلى مكة.
Maryam, اقرأي.
إلى مكة. وغضب قوم إبراهيم وغضب الملك وغضب والد إبراهيم.
Ibrahim, Fatima, do the i'rab.
مضاف إليه مجرور بالفتحة لأنه غير منصرف.
Perfect. Continue, Maryam.
فأراد إبراهيم أن يسافر إلى بلد آخر فيعبد فيه الله ويدعو
ويدعو الناس إلى الله. وخرج إبراهيم من بلده وودع والده، فقصد إبراهيم مكة ومعه زوجه هاجر، وكانت مكة ليس فيها عشب ولا شجرة، وكانت مكة
مريم ما معنى عشب؟
pasture or vegetation.
Mona, ومعه, the line before it, ومعه زوجه هاجر. What's the i'rab of زوجه?
زوج مبتدأ مؤخر.
Good. That's sufficient. Continue, Maryam.
وكانت مكة ليس فيها
مكة. نعم.
بئر ولا نهر، وكانت مكة ليس فيها حيوان ولا بشر.
Stop. Good. وكانت the first sentence. الله أكبر. وكانت مكة ليس فيها عشب. وكانت مكة ليس فيها عشب. أحمد. Where's the اسم of كان?
Is it ليس فيها عشب? The entire thing? Oh,
They-
wait, you said the ism?
نعم.
Oh, okay.
مكة. And where's the خبر of كان?
ليس فيها عشب.
Good. The entire thing. ليس فيها عشب. And ليس, where's its اسم? عشب. And its خبر is فيها. Right? Do you guys see that? They used the entire sentence within the sentence of kana as the khabar of kana, and then laysa itself has an ism and a khabar. Everyone see that? Yes? Okay, continue.
Laysa is a sister of Kana, right?
Yes, laysa and kana are sisters.
So for كان ليس فيها عشب would be منصوب, right? في محل نصب.
نعم, في محل نصب خبر كان.
ووصل إبراهيم إلى مكة ونزل فيها، وترك إبراهيم زوجه هاجر وولده إسماعيل، ولما أراد إبراهيم أن يذهب وقالت زوجه هاجر إلى أين يا سيدي؟
أتتركني
هنا؟ أتتركني وليس هنا ماء ولا طعام؟ هل أمرك الله بهذا؟ قال إبراهيم نعم. قالت هاجر إذن لا يضيعنا.
What? There's no shadda. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, I know. So
يضيعنا.
إذن
لا يضيعنا.
لا يضيعنا. Is it? Because the
one is to go to waste, where the other one is God will
أضاع
not forsake us.
يضيع. Yeah, أضاع يضيع is to lose something, right? أضاع يضيع is to lose something, but ضيع يضيع would be to forsake. That's why the correction. يضيع, from ضيع يضيع. يضيع, what you see in front of you is from أضاع يضيع, إضاعة, and the correction is from ضيع يضيع, to forsake. نعم. إذن لا يضيعنا, right? To lose. Read Fatima.
The same thing or the next?
The next.
Okay. بئر زمزم.
What type of construction is that, Maz?
Which one?
بئر زمزم, which you just read.
It's mudaf ilayh.
Then why Zamzam have a fatha?
Because it's
Munsarif. Perfect. Continue, Fatima.
وأعطش إسماعيل مرة وأرادت أمه أن تسقيه ماء ولكن أين الماء ومكة ليس فيها بئر ومكة
ومكة ليس فيها بئر. Stop. مكة ليس فيها بئر. Dalen, what type of sentence is that? مكة ليس فيها بئر. جملة اسمية, right? And then within it you have ليس فيها بئر. What's the خبر of ليس?
خبر ليس فيها.
فيها. Good. Continue, Fatima.
ومكة ليس فيها نهر وكانت هاجر تطلب الماء وتجري من الصفا إلى المروة ومن المروة إلى الصفا. ونصر الله هاجر ونصر إسماعيل فخلق لهما ماء وخرج الماء من الأرض وشرب إسماعيل وشربت هاجر وبقي الماء فكان بئر زمزم فبارك الله في زمزم وهذه هي البئر التي يشرب منها الناس في الحج ويأتون بماء زمزم إلى بلدهم. هل شربت الماء زمزم؟
هل شربت? Did she drink?
هل شربت ماء زمزم؟
Good. Of what you read, Fatima, the third line. فكان بئر زمزم. Of what you just read, that last paragraph.
Okay, فكان بئر زمزم.
Yeah. Where's the ism and the khabar of kana?
The ism is بئر زمزم.
Okay, where's the khabar?
زمزم.
But the title was Bi'ru Zamzam, and Maz said that was an idafa construction.
This one is not. This is different. This is saying so the well was Zamzam.
Okay, so Bi'r is
And
the
the other one was saying the well was Zamzam.
So Bi'ra is the ism of kana?
No,
Yes.
Bi'ra is the khabar of kana.
Okay, where's the ism of kana?
Zamzam.
So it's ism kana mu'akhar?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's the other way around. The ism is Zamzam and the khabar is Bi'r.
فكان بئر زمزم.
Wait, isbiru. Fatima, what state is the ism of kana?
Ism of kana should be marfu.
Okay. Is there a marfu word there?
Is there a marfu word?
Yani whether it's Bi'r or Zamzam, yani you've had two opinions which one's the ism, but either of them let's take. Ahmed.
So, فكان هو بئر زمزم.
نعم.
So
فكان الماء. Yeah, but فكان هو. Yeah, you're right. فكان هو بئر زمزم. The ism of كان is a ضمير مستتر. It's a hidden pronoun تقديره هو. Right, because the sentence before it وبقي الماء. The water remained. فكان, as you said, هو بئر زمزم. It was the بئر of زمزم. فهمتم؟ فاطمة? Clear? Okay. رؤيا إبراهيم. منى اقرأي.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. قال المؤلف رحمه الله: رؤيا إبراهيم. وعاد إبراهيم إلى مكة بعد مدة ولقي إسماعيل ولقي هاجر وفرح إبراهيم بولده إسماعيل وكان إسماعيل ولدا صغيرا يجري ويلعب ويخرج مع والده.
Stop. ولقي إسماعيل ولقي هاجر. Do the إعراب of لقي, منى.
فعل ماض مبني على الفتحة.
Okay. وما بعده, and keep going.
إسماعيل. Oh wait, no. والفاعل ضمير مستتر تقديره هو.
Okay, good. Continue reading.
وكان إبراهيم يحب إسماعيل جدا وذات ليلة رأى إبراهيم في المنام أنه يذبح إسماعيل وكان إبراهيم نبيا صادقا وكان إبراهيم خليل الله فأراد أن
No.
There's a line
Maryam.
missing
Huh?
there. There's a line missing there.
What's the line
وكان
missing?
إبراهيم خليل الله.
وكان منامه مناما صادقا.
Okay. Maryam, the last line on the previous page. وَذَاتَ لَيْلَةٍ. That is called what over here? Like, why is it mansub? Why not وَذَاتُ? وَذَاتِ? Because it's ظرف. Good. Continue. Mona.
وقال إبراهيم لإسماعيل إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك فانظر ماذا ترى قال يا أبت افعل ما تؤمر ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصابرين.
Okay, good. إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك فانظر ماذا ترى. أني أذبحك. أني أذبحك. أني أذبحك. Who wants to do the إعراب of أني أذبحك?
Can I try?
Yes.
Even though I'll probably fail, but I just want to do it. So, أن or yeah,
أن.
أن is حرف توكيد ونصب. And then يا is اسم أن.
Before it's اسم أن, what is it? It's a
ضمير
متصل مبني على السكون.
مبني على السكون في محل نصب.
اسم
أن.
Good.
أذبحك is خبر أن.
Before that, مريم. فعل مضارع.
مرفوع بالضمة.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة. Okay, keep. وهو مضاف. فاطمة. أذبح. Just do the إعراب. Okay.
No, فعل مضارع. Sorry, I have to take this.
Mona, continue.
فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة.
Good.
والفاعل ضمير مستتر تقديره أنا.
Good.
كان مفعول به منصوب بالفتحة.
كاف ضمير متصل.
كاف ضمير متصل مبني على الفتحة في محل نصب مفعول به.
Good.
أني أذبحك.
لا، ليس أني أذبحك، بس أذبحك.
والجملة الفعلية في محل نصب مفعول به.
You're right. Then at the end. والجملة الفعلية في محل نصب.
It's not مفعول به. اسم خبر إن.
خبر أن. نعم.
Could you repeat the word just for إذا
So أن was حرف توكيد ونصب. The ya was a connected pronoun ضمير متصل. It's مبني upon its سكون and is في محل نصب اسم إن. Right?
Where's the مفعول به for أرى?
One second. So you're right, but okay. So first of all, let's just finish. أذبح was فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة, right? Present tense verb, مرفوع بالضمة. Then you can do the kaf immediately if you want, because it's connected to it. So you could say والكاف ضمير متصل مبني على الفتحة في محل نصب. It's positionally منصوب because it's the مفعول به. And then as Mona said, والفاعل, the doer is ضمير مستتر, right? It's a hidden pronoun. تقديره أنا, يعني أذبحك أنا. Right? And then the entire sentence أذبحك, right? The جملة فعلية is في محل رفع خبر of أن, right? And then that entire sentence, if we were to connect it, Mona, to the entire sentence إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك, أني أذبحك would be the مفعول به of أرى. If I ask you to do like the entire thing, right? Because it's what, like he's saying, إني أرى في المنام. Like I see in my dream. What do you see in your dream? أني أذبحك. So أني أذبحك, that entire sentence, right, would be في محل نصب مفعول به. That's if you were doing the whole i'rab of everything. Okay, continue. Whoever was reading.
وأخذ إبراهيم إسماعيل معه وأخذ سكينا ولما بلغ إبراهيم منا أراد أن يذبح إسماعيل واضطجع إسماعيل على الأرض وأراد إبراهيم أن يذبح فوضع السكين على حلقوم إسماعيل.
What's حلقوم mean, Iman? Dalen, حلقوم.
Can't remember right now. Isn't it neck?
Huh? Throat. Continue.
ولكن الله يحب أن يرى هل يفعل خليله ما يأمره وهل يحب الله أكثر أو يحب ابنه أكثر. ونجح إبراهيم في الامتحان فأرسل الله جبريل بكبش من الجنة وقال اذبح هذا ولا تذبح إسماعيل.
Maz, ولا تذبح إسماعيل. That lamb is called lam an.
Sorry.
Hassan, that lamb is called? Dalen, that lamb is called? Nahiyah. Continue, Mona.
وأحب الله عمل إبراهيم فأمر المسلمين بالذبح في عيد الأضحى صلى الله على إبراهيم الخليل وسلم وصلى الله على ابنه إسماعيل وسلم.
Iman, read الكعبة. بيتا لله. وما كان بيت لله فيه الله. Ahmed, really quickly, do the i'rab of يعبدون. وما كان بيت لله يعبدون فيه الله. Just the word يعبدون.
يعبدون
نعم.
is فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
Good. مرفوع بثبوت النون. Good, right? What are the أفعال الخمسة for يعبد?
يعبدان. Oh my goodness. يعبدان. تعبدان. يعبدون and تعبدون, and then the last one. It's not تبع النون بس
فاطمة, help him out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, اصبروا. I said the 5 nouns for يعبد.
5 nouns?
Yeah, the 5 nouns. أفعال الخمسة.
يعبدون.
They all end with noon.
Nouns?
Nouns?
Sorry, verbs. The 5 verbs. They show.
Like the he, she, them, to her too?
And تعبدين.
Yeah.
تعبدين.
You got it, Tabudina?
Yeah, تعبدين.
Okay, so we'll just give her a different verb. يذكر.
What do you want? Like,
The 5 nouns.
What do you want? Verbs.
why do you have to say nouns?
Sorry, the 5 verbs.
So you want he? Because I don't do the chart like that, I do it the other way.
So you remember this concept of the 5 verbs?
That I obviously do not remember what we're talking about.
Okay, so I know you do the chart differently, but that's kind of.
Which ones are the 5?
But these are irrelevant. The way a person does the chart right now is irrelevant,
Okay.
right? The 5 verbs are those 5 verbs.
Which are gonna lose the noon or have the noon,
Yes.
right?
So yadhkuru, the 5 would be.
يذكراني يذكرون تذكراني تذكرون and تذكرين.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, I didn't say.
I think you kept saying nouns. It's just
And why, but we never categorized them as the 5 verbs.
We did.
we didn't.
أفعال الخمسة, yeah. Okay. Iman, continue reading. Just remember, just classify them in your head, whether we did or not. That they are the 5 verbs.
Because they're going to be the ones that lose the noon and
They keep the noon to show their marfu, or they lose the noon to show their mansub or
the other
majzoom.
ones show it through fatha, dhamma, and kasra,
For the most part, unless they're like weird.
with weak letters.
Yeah, they drop letters. And except as the feminine plurals.
So what's the verb that you gave me?
Yadhkuru.
Okay, so it'd be like yadhkura.
Yadhkura. Yeah. Or yadhkur. Yeah. And
So it's
she
the
said,
irregular ones.
sure, but also the feminine plurals are mabni. Yadhkurna and tadhkurna. Right. Those noons always stay. Go ahead, Iman, continue reading. Dalen, what does naqala mean? وَنَقَلَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ وَإِسْمَاعِيلُ الْحِجَارَةَ مِنَ الْجِبَالِ.
They gathered, or they went and got. Took.
Maz, naqala?
Collected.
Mona, naqala?
Transport.
Transport, to move.
Can I ask a random question?
Yeah.
So like when we're reading and it's like an yabniya,
Mhm.
right? So in Quran we say ayn, right?
Yeah.
But when you're reading something that's not Quran, there's no idgham and ismar.
No, no.
So we don't do any of those rules in something like this. So we would just say an yab,
Yeah, you wouldn't say an yabniya.
right? And
Technically,
that
you
goes
can
for
say
every-
an yabniya, but like it would just, yeah, you could say an.
That's only for Quran.
Yeah.
So even hadith is just like straight up what it says. No tajweed rules for
Yeah.
hadith either.
Sometimes the connections are made, like you can say an yabniya, like that wouldn't be a big issue, especially with an, right? It wouldn't be a big issue if you like reading. You said an yabniya, but you wouldn't like, you wouldn't hold it like an yabniya, right? You wouldn't ever do any of that, right? But sometimes the connecting is normal. Read. Maryam, third to last line. Yabni al-Ka'bata biyadihi. What state is yabni in? Do you see the word?
Yeah.
Oh.
وكان إبراهيم يبني.
Yeah. So what state is yabni in? Huh? Mansub? Look at the first line from Al-Kaaba. Look at Al-Kaaba. Do you see that? From where Iman read. The section says Al-Kaabatu.
Yeah.
Yeah? At the end of that first line, right under Al-Kaaba, it says وَأَرَادَ أَنْ يَبْنِيَ.
Nia.
So that one can't be mansub because that one's mansub. Make sense? Okay, so what state is it in?
Majzum.
What state is it in?
Rafa.
Rafa. How? Like
It's جملة فعلية محلي
not جملة فعلية. فعل مضارع
فعل مضارع
مرفوع
مرفوع
ب ضمة
بالضمة
بضمة مقدرة. It's too difficult to put the dhamma there, right? But it's bana yabni. It's too difficult to say yabni you, right? So they don't do that.
Wait, whoa. Okay. Why? Is that
When you have certain letters, right, you just won't put the dhamma at the end.
Meaning it's in the default state of the verb.
It's in the default state.
Because it's jumla fi'li, so it's a whole
Why is it
sentence.
marfu'? Because there's nothing. That's the default state. There's nothing before it to make it majzoom. The khabar of sorry. There's first of all nothing to make it mansub, and there's nothing to make it majzoom. Correct? Like there's nothing there.
Yeah, before it.
Right? So that's why it's in its default state. As for Fatima's question, what is the khabar of kana? Right? It would be يبني الكعبة بيده. The entire jumla fi'liya. Right? وكان إسماعيل is the ism of kana, and يبني الكعبة بيده is the khabar of kana.
So pretty much, if the khabar of kana is an entire sentence, the jumla fi'liya is most likely marfu', and that's
Yes. Unless there's anything to change it, nothing's going to change it.
So
Right.
again, يبني would be, the offer that would be فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة
بضمة مقدرة.
مقدرة.
نعم.
sorry.
Go ahead. Iman, read the next line. Good. Ya Mona, Rabbana taqabbal minna. Why all these du'as? Rabbana. Isn't Rabb the first word in the sentence? So like, shouldn't you just start with Rabbu, Rabbuna?
Nida.
Huh? Mona,
She
Maryam.
looked at me. I don't know what she was asking about.
Mona? Fatima? Like, I mean, this is just one example, right? But there's,
It's like there's like a ya in the
But
beginning.
it's not there.
yeah, but it's not there. Ya Rabbana. Right? Ya Rabbana. And we took that whatever comes after the munada is, especially, right? It's mansub if it's an idafa phrase. Right? If it's one name, you'd say Ya Muhammadu, Ya Ahmadu. But if it's an idafa phrase, right? Ya Abdullah.
So why is it taqabbal? Why is it majzoom?
Because in Arabic, the du'as that you make to Allah, like they're said in command form. تقبل يتقبل تقبل. Right? For example, you say Allahumma adkhilni al-jannah. Right? Oh Allah, enter me into paradise. So they're all said in command form. Continue, Iman. وتقبل الله
وتقبل الله من إبراهيم وإسماعيل وبارك بالكعبة نحن نتوجه إلى الكعبة في كل صلاة.
حسان, نحن نتوجه إلى الكعبة في كل صلاة means?
I don't know.
Dalen?
Sorry.
Iman? Maz?
We we placed our faces towards the Kaaba
We face the Kaaba
Salah,
in every prayer.
or in every Salah.
Yeah, we face literally. Tawajjaha from the word wajh. We face the Kaaba in every prayer. Continue reading, Iman.
ويسافر المسلمون إلى الكعبة في أيام الحج ويطوفون بالكعبة ويصلون عندها بارك الله بالكعبة
وتقبل قاف وتقبل
وتقبل من إبراهيم وإسماعيل صلى الله على إبراهيم وسلم صلى الله على إسماعيل وسلم صلى الله على محمد وسلم.
Dalen, اقرأ. Have you read? No, اقرأ. بيت المقدسي. First of all, what does بيت المقدسي mean?
بيت المقدسي, the pure house, or the whole, so I mean the house of.
Anyone?
Purified temple.
Huh?
Purified temple.
The purified temple, purified house. Okay, go, read.
بيت المقدسي. وكان لإبراهيم زوج آخر
أخرى.
وزوج أخرى اسمها سارة. وكان لإبراهيم اسمها سارة.
تو. اسمها سارة. خبر. اسمها
سارة.
نعم.
وكان لإبراهيم ولد آخر من سارة اسمه إسحاق. وسكن إبراهيم في الشام. وسكن إسحاق. وبنى إسحاق بيت لله في الشام كما بنى أبوه وأخوه بيت لله في مكة.
نعم. وبنى إسحاق. Don't turn the page. وبنى إسحاق بيتا لله في الشام كما بنى أبوه وأخوه بيتا لله في مكة. أحمد. كما بنى أبوه. أعرب الكلمة أبوه.
Okay. So أبوه is
فاطمة. أبوه.
Sorry, I was paying attention.
Isn't it خبر?
كما بنى أبوه. أبوه.
كما بنى
Oh,
أبوه
it's
is the فاعل.
Okay, go.
فاعل مرفوع بالواو لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة.
وهو
مضاف.
مضاف. Good. What are the أسماء الخمسة?
أبو أخو ذو.
يعني looking at hold on, Mona. Maryam respond. She's got
He said Abu, Akhu, Du, Fam, and hold on. Hamu.
There's got to be a madness to it. Maybe if I want Maryam to answer, I'll call Mona. If I want Ahmed to answer, I'll call
really
Fatima.
need to redeem myself. That's all the point.
Continue. Who is reading? Dalen.
وهذا المسجد الذي بناه إسحاق في الشام هو بيت المقدس وهو المسجد الأقصى الذي بارك الله حوله.
Maryam. What does Al-Aqsa mean?
It's the name of the place.
Where is this place?
فلسطين.
Like it's the place is called. The place is called Al-Aqsa. The place is called Al-Aqsa.
I'm not sure
No.
what you're asking. Is it furthest?
الشام.
Yes, Aqsa. Aqsa is furthest.
We didn't discuss that. Does anybody remember discussing that?
Oh.
I think we
It
did.
means further.
Huh? Yeah, it means furthest.
Yeah.
It means furthest.
Oh yeah, I think we did.
Did we?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
What is it?
هو المسجد الأقصى. It is the furthest mosque, right? Right, like when you study Tajweed, Mona, like Aqsa al-Halq, and right, like the Aqsa, like all the places in the throat and stuff, like the furthest part of the throat. Aqsa means the furthest. Continue.
وبارك الله في أولاد إسماعيل وكان فيهم أنبياء وملوك.
وملوك. What's the singular?
ملك.
Malakun, one angel.
Oh, ملك.
Malikun. Continue.
وكان لإسحاق.
Wait, did you say angel?
He said Malakun. I said one angel.
Angel?
He said Malakun. I said one angel. I just translated what he said.
ملك.
Oh.
وكان لإسحاق ولد اسمه يعقوب وكان نبيا وكان يعقوب له
وكان نبيا. Fatima. Where's the ism of kana?
Ism is hidden.
Perfect. It is. It's hidden. وكان هو نبيا. Continue.
وكان يعقوب له 12 ولدا منهم يوسف بن يعقوب عليهما السلام ويوسف له قصة عجيبة في القرآن.
Mona, what does عجيبة mean?
Like amazing,
No.
وإلى
How is it also sometimes used?
strange.
Strange. Okay. Continue.
وإليك هذه القصة.
Ahmed, have you read?
No.
Turn the page. اقرأ.
قصة سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام. أحسن القصص. رؤيا عجيبة. كان يوسف ولدا صغيرا وكان له 11 أخا.
11 أخا. How many is that, Maz? وكان له 11 أخا. How many brothers did he have?
He had
Iman, how many brothers did he have? 11. Continue. Ahmed.
وكان يوسف غلاما جميلا وكان يوسف غلاما ذكيا.
Dalen, what does ذكيا mean?
Intelligent.
Continue.
وكان أبوه يعقوب يحبه أكثر من جميع إخوته. ذات ليلة رأى يوسف رؤيا عجيبة. رأى 11 كوكبا ورأى الشمس والقمر كل يسجد له. تعجب يوسف الصغير كثيرا وما فهم هذه الرؤيا كيف تسجد الكواكب والشمس والقمر لرجل. ذهب يوسف الصغير إلى أبيه يعقوب وحكى له هذه الرؤيا العجيبة.
Good. Don't turn the page. ذهب يوسف الصغير إلى أبيه يعقوب. Hassan, do the i'rab of أبيه.
أبيه اسم مجرور.
Mm-hmm.
اسم مجرور بالياء or
Yeah.
لأنه from the 5 nouns
من الأسماء الخمسة.
من الأسماء الخمسة
وهو مضاف.
وهو مضاف.
Perfect. And the ha is مضاف إليه. Perfect. مريم, يعقوب. إلى أبيه يعقوب. This is where someone else jumps in at Mariam's question. I don't get why you guys don't do it. Huh? لا.
اسم مجرور.
It's like
It goes back to إلا.
connected to أبيه. Oh, صفة.
صفة. صفة.
Oh my god.
صفة. Yeah, we're surprised too. صفة. صفة مجرور بالفتحة لأنه غير منصرف. Right? ذهب إلى أبيه يعقوب. يعقوب is just a صفة for who his father was. Continue, Ahmed.
يا أبت إني رأيت 11 كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين. وكان أبوه يعقوب نبيا. فرح يعقوب بهذه الرؤيا كثيرا وقال بارك الله لك يا يوسف فسيكون لك شأن. هذه الرؤيا بشارة بعلم ونبوة.
What's بشارة mean? Maryam.
Good news.
Continue, Ahmed.
وقد أنعم الله على جدك إسحاق.
What's أنعم mean, Hassan?
I don't know.
Mona, an'ama.
Like given blessings.
Yeah, to bestow blessings. Continue.
وقد أنعم الله على جدك إبراهيم وإنه ينعم عليك وينعم على آل يعقوب وكان يعقوب شيخا كبيرا وكان يعرف طبائع الناس.
وكان يعرف طبائع الناس. Fatima, what does طبائع الناس mean?
Like the nature of people, the habits of people.
No, good, perfect. Continue.
وكان يعرف كيف يغلب الشيطان وكيف يغلب الشيطان
يلعب.
وكيف يلعب الشيطان بالإنسان.
Good. The sentence you read before that, وكان يعرف كيف يغلب الشيطان. Dalen, what does غلب يغلب mean? Maz, what does غلب يغلب mean?
غلب يغلب means aware. No, that's wrong.
Iman?
How?
He knows.
Please.
Hassan?
Play games with?
Fatima?
Powers.
Overpower. Defeat or overpower. Continue.
فقال يا ولدي.
I would suggest writing it if you don't have it written down.
لا تخبر بهذه الرؤيا أحدا من إخوتك فإنهم يحسدونك ويكونون لك عدوا.
نعم. فإنهم يحسدونك ويكونون لك عدوا. Dalen, فإنهم يحسدونك. For indeed they will يحسدونك. What does that mean? Question is for you too, Hassan, Maz, Iman.
They will envy you.
They will envy you. They will envy you. Good. You guys take another word called غبطة. غبطة. So what's the meaning? What is hasad exactly? Okay, Islamically, what is hasad?
Envy.
Okay, define it.
Desirously towards something that someone else has.
And you want them to lose, like you want what they have, and then you want them to lose it.
No, you want what they have, right? You want what they have, and you don't want them to have it.
The other word you said is that I want it, but then they can keep it too. Like I want them.
I think you did this.
No.
That's
Good.
jealous.
Ghibta is
If
basically
it's for knowledge or like wealth.
yeah, but ghibta in general is that if they have a blessing or something, and you want it for yourself, but you don't want them to lose it. Yes. غبطة. Continue. Oh, you finished, huh? Who hasn't read? Maz? اقرأ. حسد الإخوة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حسد الإخوة وكان يوسف له أخ آخر من أمه اسمه بنيامين وكان يعقوب يحبهما حبا شديدا وكان لا يحب مثلهما أحدا وكان الإخوة يحسدون يوسف وبنيامين ويغضبون كانوا يقولون لماذا يحب أبونا يوسف وبنيامين أكثر ولماذا يحب you said يحب. Oh yes ولماذا يحب أبونا يوسف وبنيامين وهما صغيران ضعيفان لماذا لا يحبنا مثل يوسف وبنيامين نحن شبان أقوياء هذا أمر عجيب أمر عجيب.
Dalen, shubbanun. What does shubbanun mean?
Shubbanun.
Ahmed, what does shubbanun mean?
Like young adults.
Young adults. What's the singular, Fatima?
Shabab.
Shabab is also another plural.
Oh.
Shab-
Shubun.
Shabun. Shabun.
Mona?
Shibun.
Shabun.
Shabun.
Shabun. No. With basically tanween on the ba. Maz, what's the singular of aqwiya?
Where is it?
Right after shubbanun.
Where's
It's the last thing you read, or second to last thing you read. Hassan, what's the singular of aqwiya'u? What's aqwiya'u mean? What is it, Dalen?
Qawi.
Qawiyun. So what does it mean?
Strong.
Strong. Continue reading, Maz.
وكان يوسف ولدا صغيرا فحكى الرؤيا
لإخوته
وغضب الإخوة جدا لما سمعوا الرؤيا واشتد حسدهم.
اشتد. Iman means? اشتد حسدهم. Last thing he read.
No, I found it. I don't.
Maryam, اشتد حسدهم. Huh?
I don't have it. This whole chapter.
Severe, like envy.
Hold up. So this whole chapter that we've been going through, what you haven't been understanding?
Well, I understand, but I don't have the meaning written down for the next 3, 4, 5. Wow, six chapters.
Okay, but any of the previous pages, if I asked you the meanings, you understand them?
Yeah.
Any word?
I mean, they're written here, so even if it's not in my memory.
Yeah, so if I ask you, you'll... No?
So like increase, or they grew
Severity.
hasad.
Huh? No, it intensified. اشتد حسدهم. Their hasad, it intensified. So it like, yeah, it became more severe.
Severe tighten, strength, and
Continue reading. Guys, if you don't know word, just raise your hand and say you don't know it.
I
Not
was
you.
gonna raise, but then you asked for it. I had circled.
That's why I asked, because I knew you were going to raise. Go ahead. Maz.
Sorry. Could you?
Remind me.
Is Sami'u Ru'ya? Is that Sami'u? Is that mudaf?
No, sami'u is a past tense verb. Lamma sami'u ru'ya, when they heard the dream. They heard.
Is
Continue.
That majzoom?
No,
Then where's
it's
the
mabni. It's mabni.
Where's the noon?
It's past tense. When they heard the dream.
Where's the noon?
It's past tense. There's no
There's no noon.
Oh, I knew that.
Sami'a.
Sami'u. Oh yes. Okay.
Continue.
واجتمع
واجتمع.
sorry واجتمع الإخوة يوما وقالوا اقتلوا يوسف أو اطرحوه أرضاء بعيدة حينئذ يكون أبوكم لكم خالصا ويكون حبه لكم خالصا. قال أحدهم لا بل ألقوه في بئر في طريق يأخذه بعض المسافرين ووافق عليه جميع الإخوة.
Madam, you got all of that?
What was that?
So first of all, just translate before that. واجتمع الإخوة يوما.
They gather, the brothers gather one day,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, "Iqtulu Yusufa, we will kill Yusuf."
How they said?
Oh, we all will kill Yusuf. So Iqtulu is the order, right?
Kill Yusuf.
Kill Yusuf.
Like one of the brothers is ordering all the other
All
brothers.
of them.
Kill Yusuf. أو
Also,
Hold on, wait, but it says وقالوا.
yeah, واجتمع الإخوة يوما وقالوا, and they said اقتلوا يوسف. Like one of them that has to speak.
That's weird. They should say we will kill. Like, why are they, right?
Because
Like they
he-
all said, you will all kill Yusuf. Makes no sense.
I think it's just how Arabic works.
But he's trying to. So what he does at times, he's trying to use the Quranic like parts of the story.
Okay, so in the Quran it says
اقتلوه.
So it says you all kill Yusuf.
No.
But technically one of them said that.
Yes.
Yeah, but then I guess it would just repetitive. وقال أحد في
It's understood. Go ahead. أو اطرحوه.
Is it bury? Bury?
أرضا بعيدة. Mona, what is اطرحوه?
Kick him out.
Huh?
So
Yeah, like
Kick him out.
kind of kick him out, throw him.
Is it طرحة?
طرح يطرح.
Discard? Is that one?
Huh?
Discard?
Kind of. It can work in a sense, not here. Discard him.
Cast, fling, toss.
Cast out?
Yeah. حينئذ يكون أبوكم لكم خالصا ويكون حبه لكم خالصا. All of that is clear? قال أحدهم لا بل ألقوه في بئر في طريق يأخذه بعض المسافرين ووافق عليه جميع الإخوة. وافق. What does وافق mean?
Delegation.
Huh?
A delegation.
Absolutely not.
That's what he's told.
Didn't we take the verb yesterday? وفق.
Oh, sorry.
And someone asked about وافق. Was that here? Yes? It was here, right, Mona? Yeah. وفق. And then someone said, well, I think you said
Something
Fatima.
about
You said wafaq. You said, oh, I thought it was
agreement,
waf.
right?
Yeah, to agree.
And wafaqa is protection.
Wafaqa
Wafaqa
is like success or ability. Like, it's the dua, right? Wafaqaka Allah, may Allah give you success or
And
ability.
this is like muttafaqun ilayh, right? Like they're all in agreement. Same thing?
Different verb. That's ittafaqa. That's
That's what this is.
This is wafaqa.
So why did I write to be in agreement ittafaqa underneath it?
You wrote ittafaqa? Yeah, to be in agreement is another.
Those are the same root.
Yeah, sure. They share similar letters. Wafaqa and ittafaqa, but they're two different verbs. Wafdun ila Ya'qub. Stop here. Take a short break. Where are we? Page 32. Where have you guys gotten to?
55.
Where have you guys gotten to, Ahmed, Fatima? Or where did you guys get to, I guess?
We finished at Tawrat.
Which is what page?
222.
222?
22 to 22.
And you guys are at? Where? 50 something?
I had a question regarding.
All year long, you guys only up to
Well, I mean,
I'm
we
just
started
not
this
sure.
kind
Huh?
of very detailed with this.
Oh, that's why it's
We had it last
We
year.
also started this. We didn't start this.
You did or did
Yeah,
not?
we
We
did.
did.
The
But our
year
first
before
year
we did
we
was
had
at Jamil.
Jamil.
Oh, okay. We started
Yeah,
this.
it's from an armbar.
We had Jamil in our first year for Qasas.
Just like
And our second year we had Jamil.
Oh, you started classes halfway the year.
because we were doing.
Oh,
jazz.
that's right. Jazz. Not blue.
So how far did you guys get? Do you remember?
In first year,
Mm-hmm.
most of how far we are, we didn't get that far with Sheikh Khalid. Most of it we did in first year.
Sheikh Khalid likes to cruise.
Yeah.
Sheikh Khalid does it very slowly.
Yeah, I know.
Goes straight into it.
Which is incredible. Because
I think we did when we started with him, we were probably
so I had a question regarding when the khabar of kana is a fi'l. It will never be a standalone fi'l. It will always be essentially a sentence or have like a maf'ul attached to it.
وكان يوسف يقول.
No, you can. It can be a standalone fi'l.
وكان يوسف يعقوب.
يعقوب.
Yusuf was what?
Eating.
Eating.
Not necessarily. I mean, that's technically a sentence though, isn't it?
So is it so the i'rab of Yaqul, would that be a sentence alone? Yaqul.
Is that what you did
eat.
with last year?
person was
It can be a standalone fi'l.
But like it would technically be a جملة فعلية
Huh?
في محل.
It'd be a
But even
jumla.
if it's just يأكل, it'd still be جملة فعلية في محل.
Yeah, it's a jumla fi'liya.
And then, is there a food for that? No, right?
Huh?
No.
No, so just have the doer
Who was here when he was there? Did he tell us about the first day of the class?
I didn't remember where it's at, and I was going
Good. I mean, I guess you just have to look ahead, see if what's
There's
going
no
on.
grade, I think that's what he said. So
But do
when
you
we
need to
come
still
in,
turn in the house?
Sure.
he didn't say anything.
Sure,
There's no
sure,
grade.
sure.
Anyways,
And he did not.
Do you still teach on Tuesdays?
We did not like them both.
Is that going on?
He did not love anyone.
Today's a really long day.
When does that semester end?
Were jealous or envious of Yusuf and Binyamin, and they were angry.
Including today,
Why?
4 more weeks of instruction.
Why does our father
Where?
love Ibrahim
CIU?
and Binyamin?
Yeah, 4 more
When did
weeks
they
of
start?
instruction. Huh?
When did they start?
Well, they started before Ramadan, but then they took a break for Ramadan. The quarter system.
They usually start like with the quarter system.
Our father loved Yusuf and Binyamin.
The only difference is they
Starting
break in Ramadan.
Sure.
What are you teaching there? What are you teaching there?
This quarter, teaching purification of the heart or soul.
Like Yusuf and Binyamin, we are young adults. We are the strong men, strong guys. This is a strange matter. Okay, Yusuf was a young boy, and he told the dream to his brothers, and the brothers got angry, very angry, when they heard the dream. And especially in their envy intensified, and they brothers gathered around it and said,
Sheikh,
"You are taking
ask your personal take on this. What do you make of someone equating the death of Muhammad Mursi as the camel that Thamud killed?
So let's kill Yusuf. I would bet family of that.
Like, basically,
Far away land.
the person is saying, for Egyptians, this could be basically the punishment that Allah will send after this. Man, people make. What's your take on that? No comment.
Obviously, not saying it's not a tragedy or it's not, you know,
Right.
something like that. But like, you know, people should be careful about what they say.
Your father,
Like, I get the connection that's trying to be made, but I'm just like,
you all,
come on, like, really.
Yeah.
how did you come to this? Purely for you? Purely yours. Purely yours. And you can love him. And his love.
Shit. Let me open this.
Sheikh Ahmed.
Howder.
So what? I'm sorry, what?
Howder.
Oh, no, yes. So like, when you studied in Egypt for a year, or 2 years, or how long was it? 1 year? Was the intention to go to Azhar, or just strictly for the Arabic program?
That was it.
Was it ever a consideration?
After I got there,
Yeah, or like before?
After, perhaps, yeah.
All the.
But Sakinta, you were pretty determined on Medina way before that?
So all the brothers agreed on it.
Determined is an interesting word.
Like
Don't
what
say
places
determined.
did you have in mind?
Medina.
Considering studies. Huh?
Medina.
Medina? Okay, so
But it was more related to the school than the city. Sorry, it was more related to the city than the school.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
How many was opposed to Medina? Something along
But Egypt was. The year in Egypt was
enough?
like
The experience?
it was amazing.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Food with Amaya? Or did you
La,
go
just
beyond?
like the group of people that happened to go at that time.
Nice.
Right. I mean, Sheikh Sohail was there. Sheikh Jamal was there with his wife. Sheikh Farhan was there. Sheikh Suhaib was there. Even in the beginning, you know Faiz?
Phase? Printing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faiz and his wife were there.
No way. Is that where he did his health?
No. He did his before.
Oh, okay.
Who else? SubhanAllah, man. A good group of guys. It was actually from there the first ever time we went to Aqsa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, myself, Sheikh Farhan, brother from Chicago, and 3 British guys.
Oh. That's just that.
But the British guys were like, they were good guys, but they just looked hardcore. So
even back then, British Muslims were, known to be a bit more.
So when we decided to go to Aqsa, like we went through the Egyptian border, and I think I had what did I have on? Maybe I had sweats and a shirt or something. Sheikh Farhan had shalwar kameez, or a thobe, Anyways, they kind of looked at all 6 of us, and they looked at us like, look, you can leave Egypt, but they're not letting you in. Like, y'all look. Fatima, I don't know if Farhan told you the story, but the night before we went to Aqsa, we were like, oh, it's a long trip, we need to go buy snacks, right? Snacks meant a lot of Pepsi at that time. So we had it with us, right, in our bags and stuff, and we get through the Egyptian border, and we get to the Israeli border side, right? And then there's 6 of us, they separate all 6 of us, right? And then they go through all of our bags. Now they find all these cans of soda, right? They're like, yeah, you guys can't. We're not going to even let you enter the border. We're not letting you enter the country right now, but even to get you into the building, we're not letting you enter with all of this. Right? So we just started chugging. As much as we could. It was
I don't know if I've heard this story or if I'm just guessing what you
So I quit after 2 cans. I think he quit after maybe 3. And we were like, okay, I guess you can throw away the rest.
He's still on that diet though. You've moved beyond.
No, he said he's
matured
lessened.
Out of your diet.
He said he's lessened. No, he said he lessened it much, much more.
I don't know, man.
He said only once. Did you say only once a day now?
Soda?
Yeah.
It's twice a day, but he drinks diet now.
Oh, okay. But it's still twice a day? I thought he said it's once a day now.
Soda is twice a day.
Lunch and
dinner. And then coffee in between.
Well, it's better because in Egypt it was breakfast too.
Soda?
Yeah, it was bad. But that was me too.
I'm glad it's not just me.
So we had a because it was our apartment was 3 rooms, right? So at some point the 3rd guy left and it became a rotation. Some other guy came from Philadelphia. And
that guy was eating all your food?
Yeah, he told you about it. Wasn't our food wasn't the issue. He was drinking our Pepsi.
And not replacing it?
And not replacing it. And it wasn't a money factor. It was more dude, when we want the soda, it's not there. right? And you can't just finish it
Wait,
and
who
then
was it that did this?
another brother, like you don't know him, you know. He's in the East Coast. So we would wake up in the morning at Fajr time, right? Like I remember going to the fridge and like an empty bottle, and I kind of just like I was like, let it go, let it go. Chef, I just kind of like laid it down one day. His frustration came out. He was like, dude, he's. Let's just replace it. Okay. Yalla. Bismillah. Open this massive book to page 20.
20? Oh, yeah.
Yes, 20.
Wait. Oh, that book.
20, yes.
Okay.
Page 20. It says drill 6. So weird. Why is this? Okay. Jade, it says drill 6. It says light, heavy, or irrelevant. Just so you understand, light is that it has it has one fatha. It has one fatha. Or not one fatha. It has one vowel sign, or any sign of its tanween has been removed. Is that clear? Right. Huh? Light, right, would be is that if it doesn't have tanween, or anything equivalent to tanween, right? Heavy was that it has tanween or something equivalent to tanween, and irrelevant is that alif lam has been added to it. Clear? Does that make sense? Number 1, Dalen.
Bina'a.
Bina'a, naam. Huh?
Light.
Light, L, naam. Number 2, Maz.
ووجهًا is heavy.
Heavy, good. Number 3, Fatima.
I'm confused. Why would something become Muslimu, like if it was idafa phrase or something?
Yeah.
So it's not talking about the why, it doesn't care.
No, it doesn't care. Yes.
It's just saying, does it have the noon or not?
Does it have tanween or what's equivalent to tanween?
Which is what?
Are you on the right page?
Yeah, no, she's on it. She's on
No,
it.
I just went back to look at that chart.
Okay.
because
So tanween or anything equivalent to tanween, right, would be in this case, like for example, if you're looking at
what is equivalent to the noon?
like muslimuna in this case, that which represents at times
So
tanween.
what is irrelevant then?
Irrelevant is that alif lam has been added to it.
Why would Muslim?
Irrelevant is alif lam has been added to it.
Meaning it's now ma'rifah.
Yeah. Because now automatically it can't be light or heavy.
Heavy is with noon, light is without noon, and irrelevant is with alif lam.
No.
Okay, what number?
Number 3?
Number 3, muttaqina is heavy.
No. Number 4, Hassan.
Light?
Dhubaba.
Oh, sorry, Dubaba.
Yeah. Light. What does dhubaba mean?
Is that a bug or something?
A bug or an insect. Naam. Number 5, Dalen.
Al-Yawma.
Naam.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Good. Number 6, Maryam.
Light.
Muhliku, light, right? The noon has been removed. Number 7, Maz.
أقلام is heavy.
Aqlamun is heavy. Good. Number 8, Mona.
غرفات. Light.
Light. Ghurafatu, light. Which means?
Rooms.
Rooms. Number 9, Ahmed.
Ibnatayni.
Ibnatayni, which is?
Two child.
Yeah, I know what it means.
Oh, it's heavy.
Heavy, thank you. Number 10, Iman. Uh huh.
I have not watched yesterday's live stream,
Okay.
but I'm
Maryam?
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Okay. Drill 7. Construct the words based on the information provided. Okay, this is easy. Jayid. Dalen, number 1.
رجلا.
Rajulan. Good. Fatima, number 2.
Okay, hold on one second. So rajulan will be lam alif at the end,
Yes.
right? I like this exercise, by the way. Anyway.
This specific exercise.
Yeah, this is
This specific one.
Yeah, this drill.
Yeah. Like, no, you're talking about drill 7 in particular.
It's good, right?
Yeah, I agree.
This would be. Hold on. So, afwamin. Afwaman.
Afwahin.
No mim at the end.
No.
Hin?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Afwahin.
Afwahin. No.
What was the first one?
But the alif has a hamza on it or no?
What alif?
Rajulan.
The one at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Af.
Waw alif. Hin.
Afwahin.
Hin.
So,
Huh?
aha and then tanween.
Yes. Number 3. Maryam.
Ummahatun.
Ummahatun. Good. Number 4. Muna.
Two buildings. Bunyanan.
But it says nasb.
Oh, bunyanaini.
Bunyanaini or. That's right. There's 2 words.
I don't remember that.
Fatima, you're looking at it, so it'd be?
It would be
No.
It would be bina.
Yes. Bina'aini. Bina'aini or bunyanaini. Bina'aini. There was 2 words. Bina'un or bunyanun. The plural was abniyatun, right?
Okay, so
would you spell
bina aini, we put the hamza on a wow.
On a line.
Alif?
So bina
Aini.
Be.
with a ya at the end.
Aini with a nun at the end.
Right, with a kasra.
Yeah. Because it's due.
Bina aini. And then also bunyanaini.
No.
So there's no kursi for the hamza. It's just on the line.
Sorry, on the kursi. On the kursi. On the kursi. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry. Bina'aini. The hamza is on the kursi.
What is it?
Just like what you would put a ba, but it's
Oh,
okay.
Number 5. Hassan.
ورقة.
Nasb. Nasb.
ورقة.
Waraqatan. Good. Number 6. Muna. لا, not number 6. Number 6. Maryam. أوراق. أوراق. Number 7. Ahmed.
Is it Sidrani?
What's the word for chest? My chest.
Sidr. No.
Sidruk?
No, Sidr.
Huh.
He's got that honey.
Sidruk is your chest.
Sidruk?
But I don't know.
Does it sound right, Ahmed?
No.
What is it?
Sadr?
Yeah, sadr.
Oh.
Sadrun. Okay, so 2 chests and it's jar.
Oh, it's the jar state. Oh, Sidraini.
Huh?
Sadraini.
صدرين.
Sad.
بالفتحة يا أحمد. صدرين. صدرين. Good. Number. The next one, Maz.
تنزيلا.
Tanzilan. Good. Tanzilan. Number 9, Hassan.
Sister.
Ukhtin. And then number 10. Number 10. What is it? Fatima. Hijaratin. Good. Fill it out. Fill it. I know we went fast. Just write the words. Write the words.
Is it one rock or multiple rocks?
It says rocks.
Hijra.
Hijaratin. The singular is hajarun.
So going back to bina'aini. So if there's already a fatha, then the kursi is going to be. I'm sorry, if there's already an alif, then the kursi is going to be on the ya, even though it's a fatha on the
Flexibility is not one of the four properties of this.
Done. Okay, turn the page. Fatima, read page 21.
Flexibility. Flexibility is not one of the four properties of the ism, rather it is a subtopic under status. This topic, just like light and heavy, deals with the different forms that the status markers can take. The discussion of flexibility only pertains to words that have an ending sound, therefore for flexibility we are only focused on the following parts of the Muslim chart. Rafa, Nasab and Jar, Muslimun, Musliman, and Muslimin. There are three forms of flexibility. They are number 1, fully flexible, Munsarifun or Mu'ramun, 2, partly flexible, Mamnun min as-sarf, and 3, non-flexible, Mabni.
Okay, stop. Thank you. Guys, we've gone over this. You guys should know these terms, or if you don't, you should memorize them. Fully flexible, you can either refer to it as mu'rabun or munsarifun, right? Partly flexible is mamnu'un min as-sarf. Like the name Aisha, like the name Fatima, they'll take a fatha, they'll take a dhamma, they won't take a kasra, right? So they're partly flexible, right? So they're mamnu'un min as-sarf. Mamnu' means what? Huh? Not allowed or even prevented, right? Not allowed. So meaning mamnu' min as-sarf, they've been prevented or not allowed to do sarf, like to do complete sarf, right? And then number 3 is mabniyun, like they're non-flexible, they're built upon whatever they're built upon and you can't change it. We know these 3 terms? Yes? Iman? Know these 3 terms? Continue, Fatima.
We will discuss partly flexible last because it requires the most attention. Fully flexible, munsarifun or mu'rabun, is the default state for a word. It is the broadest category. A fully flexible word is a word that can show all 3 statuses in a normal way according to what we have learned in the Muslim chart. Fully flexible endings are Muslimun, Rafa, Musliman, Nasab, and Muslimin, Ja. 3 statuses have 3 unique endings. Non-flexible words are the opposite of fully flexible words. They can never show their status. This means that they look the same in the Rafa, Nasab, and Jar status. Words that end in alif, maksura, or a alif mamduda are non-flexible. Words like Musa, Huda, Zakaria, for example, are non-flexible.
Stop. So he said words that end in alif maqsura, and then in parentheses he put that ya next to it. That's the alif maqsura. You should know that at this point. And then or an alif mamduda, which is mamduda literally means an alif that's stretched out, right? So it's written upright, right? Are non-flexible. So words like Huda and Musa. Huda and Musa both have a alif maqsura, and Zakaria has a alif mamduda, right? For example, are non-flexible, right? Continue, Fatima.
All pointer words, asma'ul ishara, in the singular and plural forms, as well as all of the connecting words, al-asma'ul mawsula, are non-flexible. We will learn about these type of asma in detail later. For the time being, learn to recognize them and know that they are non-flexible. Also the harf, right?
The?
Harf?
Yeah.
Are mabni.
Yeah. So really quickly, asma'ul ishara. هذا هذه هؤلاء. What's not mentioned? The duals, which are what, Dalen, in that first chart? هذا هذه. What are the two? هذاني and هاتاني. And then ذلك and tilka. Mona, what are the 2 duals that are not mentioned? ذانك and tanika.
Because they aren't mabni, that's why they're not
Huh?
mentioned, right?
Yeah, because they're mabni. That's why. Sorry, they're mu'rab or munsarif. That's why they're not mentioned, right? So these are the 6 of the 10, right, that are mabni. And then al-asma'ul mawsula, alladhi, allati, ma, which we took can act as a al-mawsul, a connecting word, right? Alladhina, allati, al-la'i, and al-lawati. Fatima, you remember yesterday you were asking me about one of them? These are all 3 right there. Okay. Continue.
Non-flexible endings all look the same. There's no way to distinguish them by looking at the word alone. Musa, Rafa, Musa, Nasab, and Musa, Ja. 3 statuses have 1 ending. Partly flexible, mamnun min as-sarf, are words that can only display their status in dhamma in the rafa form, a single fatha in the nasab form, and a single fatha in the jar form. Because of this, partly flexible words are always light. Partly flexible word endings are Yusufu, Rafa, Yusufa, Nasab, and Yusufa, Jar.
Put a fatha. There's a fatha missing on the nasb one. Yusufa. Put a fatha there.
Notice that the Nasab and Jar statuses look the same. We have seen this problem before in the ending combinations. Three statuses have two endings. Unlike a non-flexible word, there are times when a partly flexible word can be made fully flexible by showing a kasra in the jar form. A partly flexible word can be made fully flexible in two ways, by adding an al or by making it mudaf, discussed later in the chapter.
Perfect. Once again, she said, unlike a non-flexible word, there are times where a partly flexible word can be made fully flexible by showing a kasra in the jar form. A partly flexible word can be made fully flexible in two ways. We took this somewhere in the beginning of Lisan al-Quran. For example, the word masajidu, right? The plural of masjidun, masajidu, is mamnu' min as-sarf, right? So I could say masajidu and masajida for raf, for nasb and jar, right? But there's ways I can give the word masajida a kasra, right? I could say, for example, sallaytu fil masajidi. Sallaytu fil masajidi. I prayed in the mosques. The way I gave it a kasra was by putting alif lam. I could.
This is not all of the partly flexible words.
Yeah, that's not all of them. Yeah, like for example, you wouldn't do that with a name like your name, Fatima, Aisha. You wouldn't do that with names, right?
Some partly flexible.
Number two, by making it a mudaf, right? I could say Sallaytu fi masajidi California. Sallaytu fi masajidi California. I gave masajidi a kasra because it's the mudaf, and California is the mudafun ilay. Is that clear? Yes? Good? Continue.
Masajidi, California, ta.
No, the way California is written, it's written with an alif mamduda. California is mamnu' min as-sarf.
Not ever flexible.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
How to identify partly flexible words. There is no clear marker for partly flexible words. You will become accustomed to identifying partly flexible words as you are exposed to more vocabulary. However, there are a few categories of partly flexible words we can familiarize ourselves with to make identification of partly flexible words easier.
Okay, on this part, slow down.
A. Non-Arab names. Non-Arab names are partly flexible. Arab names are fully flexible. There are 4 Arab prophet names mentioned in the Quran. They are Muhammadun, Hudun, Salihun, and Shu'aybun.
Memorize those 4. Those are fully flexible, right? Fully flexible.
Take a look at the chart below. Take note of the differences between how partly flexible names and fully flexible names look in each status.
Okay, so the bottom part of the chart is fully flexible, right? So you have Muhammadun, Hudun, Salihun, and Shu'aybun. They're fully flexible, so right, they're gonna look normal. Marfu', Mansub, Majroor, they're gonna look normal. The ones that are partly flexible, go ahead, read them, Fatima.
Yusufu, Yusufa, and Yusufa. Ismailu, Ismaila, Ismaila. Ibrahimu, Ibrahima, Ibrahima. Yaquba, Yaqubu, Yaquba, Yaquba. Maryamu, Maryama, Maryama.
Continue at the bottom.
There is one exception to this rule. 3-letter names with a sukoon on the middle letter are always fully flexible, even if they are non-Arab names.
Read that part one more time.
There is one exception to this rule. 3-letter names with a sukoon on the middle letter are always fully flexible, even if they are non-Arab names.
Read the examples.
Lu-fun, Lu-fun, and Lu-hin. Lu-hun, Lu-han, and Lu-hin.
Okay, once again, non-Arab names, right? But they are 3-letter names with a sukoon in the middle, so they are fully flexible. Right. Continue.
Feminine names.
Is that clear to everyone? Yes?
Yeah, because those are non-Arab names and they're fully flexible.
And they're fully flexible because they're 3 letters and have a sukoon in the middle.
So I always just thought those were just Arab names, that's what.
They're not, yeah.
So how do you know if it's a name? You just have to
You
know
don't,
the
yeah.
history of the name.
Yeah.
Lot.
Okay, feminine names and uniquely masculine names. All feminine See, so why did they put Maryam in that chart? They should not have, right? In the non-Arab name chart, because Maryam is not partly flexible because it's non-Arab. It's actually partly flexible because it's a feminine name.
It can sometimes a word can share in two categories. Do you see what I'm saying? A word can share in two
But
categories.
regardless of whether it's Arab or not, it's still going to be non-flexible.
So
Or is it because it doesn't have a ta marbuta?
well, they mentioned Zainab as well, right? But
That's
because it's in a category, because it is a Maryam is considered a non-Arab name, right? So they added it there. But I get what you're saying, but also because it's feminine, it shares in both categories.
Okay. All feminine names are partly flexible. Masculine names that have no feminine counterpart are also partly flexible. Below are some commonly occurring uniquely masculine names. Memorize them. We will learn more as we encounter them.
So once again, all feminine names are partly flexible. Partly flexible as what means in Arabic? In Arabic, what's the term? ممنوع من الصرف or غير منصرف. Masculine names that have no feminine counterpart are also partly flexible. Below are some commonly occurring uniquely masculine names. Memorize them, we will learn more. Go ahead.
Wait, sorry, when they're saying names, does that also refer to regular words? No, right? These are just names.
Names. We're talking about names.
No feminine
have names that are not like
what does that
names.
mean? Does it have a feminine counterpart for the masculine
Like,
names?
what if you have a name that's like a word?
Safina.
Yeah.
Like star.
So Sakina is more.
Like star.
Regardless if you name yourself Sakina. So what if you have a
Yeah.
sentence and it's used as a name, you still let it be more?
If you had, it's a good question. If you had a female name, رأيت سكينة.
Like I went to Sakina, but you went to the girl named Sakina.
Yeah, ذهبت إلى سكينة.
Sakinati, right? But then you're going to the girl named Sakina.
لا, I believe you would leave it معرب. You would leave it معرب. Because it's been used as a name, but it wasn't a name. Like,
So that makes sense. Like the Habtu ila Sakinati doesn't mean like I went to peace.
I mean, it can go back to what you intend, right? But I think like there's no set rule here, because this came much later on after Arabic grammar, that people started using names that weren't necessarily names, but they started using them as names. Go ahead, read the.
So the feminine names are Aishata, Khadija, Aishatu, which is then Aishata and Aishata, Khadijatu, Khadijata, Khadijata, Zainabu, Zainaba, Zainaba, Imanu, Imana. You see, so that's Iman.
Okay, so then they're gonna classify it in that category. So then, so then Sakinata.
So it's a Ghair Munsarif then?
Huh?
So it's a Ghair Munsarif then?
Yeah, if
But was
if
Iman
you're gonna treat it
used?
as a name. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No. You just treat it as غير
Well, maybe
منصرف
this
then.
is wrong then, if that's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying there's no particular rule here. Like you could go this way or that way with this.
Popularly done.
Popularly done? I don't think there's a popular here. I don't think that one's more popular than the other.
But she has a point, you know, I mean, in literature these days in Arabic, there must be a lot of names that are just taken.
I would assume for like readability, so that you don't get confused, they probably apply the feminine name thing.
So غير منصرف.
غير منصرف. Because the word iman is obviously, in its normal case, it is fully flexible, right? It is mu'rabun or munsarifun, right? But when used as a name, I guess, yeah, make it غير منصرف.
Could you just explain what masculine names that have?
Just wait, she hasn't.
Okay, so uniquely masculine names: Hamzatu, Hamzata, Hamzata, Muawiyatu, Muawiyata, Muawiyata, Umaru. So even never mind. Umaru, Umara, Umara, Uthmanu, Uthmana, Uthmana.
No.
Those are the two.
Uniquely masculine names that have no feminine counterpart. Yeah, so for example, a name that would have like Mujahidun. Its feminine counterpart would be Mujahidatun. Muslimun. بمسلمة.
Is there a feminine part for Muhammad?
Huh?
Is there a feminine counterpart for Muhammad?
Is there a feminine counterpart for Muhammad? No.
So
Technically, Muhammadatun. Technically.
So then why is that not here then?
it's just not used.
Why is it over here?
So someone could name their child Muhammad.
Because uniquely masculine names
Because
are
it does have a feminine counterpart.
Muhammadun does not.
You can technically say Muhammadatun.
So you could technically say Umaratun.
No, you can't. Like,
No.
it doesn't like because
Because
those,
it's Umaru.
huh?
Because of the Dhamma at the end?
No, because the way the word is constructed, like it's unknown of saying Umaratu in to the Arabs.
So is Muhammadatun.
No, because I'm saying the verb, like the word Muhammad, right? It's taken from a verb, Hammada yuhammidu.
You could technically.
Yes. Like, although you'll never hear it and you've never heard it, right? But technically, because it's on a pattern, it's on a construction, you can. Right? Because it's come from, just like Muslim and Mujahid and, right, all these other names.
Okay. Again, 3-letter names with a sukun on the middle letter are always fully flexible. Whether they're feminine or uniquely masculine. Which would be like?
Again, 3-letter names with a sukoon
Why
on the
did they
middle
mention
letter
this again?
are always fully flexible. Yeah, I don't. Why they mention that again? Continue.
Proper names of places are partly flexible. Like Makkatu, Makkata, Makkata. Yathribu, Yathriba, Yathriba. Jahannamu, Jahannama, Jahannama. Some names of places have an L. In such cases, the name is fully flexible, like Al-Iraqu, Al-Iraqa, Al-Iraqi, and Al-Hindu, Al-Hinda, and Al-Hindi.
Look, he says some names of places have an L. Okay, that means when the place has an L, like for example, Mecca, you can't add L to it, right? But Iraq is known as Al-Iraq, right? Or Hind is Al-Hind, right? But other places you can't add L to it. Clear? Continue.
What if, because people say Iraq without the L.
Yeah.
So then it becomes غير منصرف.
Technically, it should have the L. Like technically, they're pronouncing it wrong.
Okay. Names of places.
Like technically, if I'm saying ataytu, like I should say ataytu min al-Iraq, min al-Iraqi, not ataytu min Iraqin. Right? It should have the alif lam.
Because
when it comes to places, the alif lams are either part of the word or not part of the word. They're not something that are added and removed.
Would it be made to Iraq fun? Because you can't take a job. You can't be majority.
What? Atay, huh?
Min Iraq.
No, min al-Iraqi.
But
fully flexible.
But names that places that don't have alif lam, you would add alif lam if it was mudafun ilayh?
No.
Wait, sorry, back to...
No, you wouldn't.
Why can't
For example,
does Medina have alif lam?
رأيت ناس مكة. I saw the people of Mecca. رأيت ناس مكة. You want to say رأيت ناس المكة. Right? The places that have alif lam, it's part of their word. The places that don't, it's not part of their word. They're not added.
Does Medina have alif lam?
Yes.
Okay.
Continue.
There are certain names of places that are 3 letters with a sukun on the middle letter are fully flexible as well, like Aydinun, Aydinan, and Aydinan. There are certain word patterns that are partly flexible. We will look at these patterns in our study of Saf. Note, in your vocabulary, partly flexible words will be denoted by having a single. Oh, that's why the Asnamu had one.
No, but that was wrong.
Why what?
She said that's why it said asnamu in the vocab, but that was wrong. Like, even when you said, he's like, no, it should have asnamun.
Because it's not غير منصرف.
It's not غير منصرف. It's mu'arab. Yeah, it's not غير منصرف.
So in your vocabulary, partly flexible words will be denoted by having a single vowel ending, not a thin weak. From now on, as you memorize your vocabulary, make a note of which words are partly flexible.
No. Drill 8. Are the following words fully, partly, or non-flexible? Why? We'll continue from there tomorrow. Bi'idhnillah. We're over our time. La ilaha illallah. Sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. I told you guys to memorize the vocab on page 27. When do you guys need to?
I think like Monday.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
It's like رب حياة ماء كلمة الأرض سماء طفل نصيحة.
It's with the plurals of last time.
Yes. Yeah, tomorrow. It's all قصص words. Just قوي أقوياء. Tomorrow.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
What about names that are used for both boy or girl?
Like?
A name that can be used for both boy or girl without changing.
Like?
Like Ayman.
Huh?
Like Ayman.
What was discussed today?
Well,
What did you guys talk about today?
would it technically fall under masculine name without a feminine connotation?
I don't know how we ended, but we had questions about
Oh,
it.
that whole thing?
Is Ayman used as a girl's
I
name?
think
Yeah.
he was misunderstanding all of our questions.
Ayman.
No, I don't think
From
he
the
did.
perspective
He
of
was
it's a
thinking
girl's
one
name,
of
so it'd be
these, but we were talking about different
partly
things.
flexible.
I don't know.
Yeah, we had
Because
very
it's not,
strong views on that.
it doesn't change in being a girl. It's
So
still the
let's
same.
learn that.
I think it's upstairs. Library.
What do you go do right now? I like the consistency of them.
The thing is that when consistently sleeping late, and that's
We
the
need to
problem.
take that camping though. You know the story of your sleeping bag that you're sleeping with?
What's the story?
Every day I'm supposed to take it after class, but you go and sleep with it.
Wait, why are you supposed to take it?
Because that's Farhan's sleeping bag for the camping.
Oh,
And I
no
have
way.
to wash it now sometimes.
No. It'll be fine.
So on Thursday,
So on Thursday, basically.
Yeah.
On Thursday, come prepared, like to.
Yeah. Sleeping with my own sleeping bag.
Is that really for Hans sleeping bag?
Yeah.
Why is it here?
Yeah.
Because Brother Anas slept here one day in Ramadan.
Ah.
I think because it was like
Oh, he
point
just
in going
slept
home
here,
after
like,
Qiyam or
overnight?
something. Because he had to be here the next morning anyways.
Huh?
Ah.
Oh, actually, yeah. Oh, that's,
No, it wasn't acting. I think he was just stuck here until like he stayed until 4 a.m. anyways. And then it was like he had to be here at 7:30 or something. like that, so it's like-
At least we know not like we didn't know where it came from.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
first.
I'm disappointed because the pillow disappeared.
That was not mine. I don't know whose pillow that is. Whoever
I don't know
it
if I
was
have a
probably
sleeping bag for it.
didn't want you sleeping with it. That's what I think.
Oh, it's gone.
Wait, he mentioned that he doesn't want anybody sleeping on it?
No.
Oh.
Ahmed, I'm telling you, man, the best investment or one of the best investments I ever made. Like I think it was like 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. Went into Brookstone, bought this travel Tempur-Pedic pillow. Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, you have it in
Allahu
the car.
Akbar, bro. Still have it in the car, bro.
Yeah. No, I need to get me one of those. The thing is, my car is uploaded with stuff all the time. That car is never empty. Like, it's a miracle when I get a car wash. A miracle. Well, I have one yesterday. That's because I had an oil change,
Allah.
ignition flood, differential. The guy went and like popped open. You know how they always do this trick where they're like,